God damn.
Yeah, I definitely. I'm enjoying the show so far. I didn't win the Powerball, y'all, so I'm kind of. I got actually came back still my wings. I gave her some money to play some other tickets. So
All right. You notice how
I'm sure we would have heard by now.
I don't think she knows.
Should have kicked in his door like
oh my God, you guys gotta stop what you're doing.
we rich, bitch.
The podcast would stop, and then a couple weeks be back, all updated.
That's where, like,
In a penthouse, overlooking the
Vegas,
bay.
yeah.
Burning money to stay warm.
Yeah.
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been giving the night nurse sweet coffee all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Dro. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. Your boy Stitch.
Don't let Prodigy's intro distract you from the fact that Daenerys blew a 3-dragon lead.
Oh, damn it.
Shit.
That's dankness off the bat. Ooh, that's good. On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, talking people out on the threes, sports, Chronos.
I'm trying to get that Powerball money, y'all. I don't even normally play fucking Lotto.
Yeah.
It's $700 million. That's almost $1 billion goddamn dollars.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
You could bring the Raiders back to Oakland.
God damn it.
I wouldn't want to, though. Yeah, they can go where the fuck they're going. Vegas, bitch.
Last but not least, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
Ricky Ticky Tabby, bitch.
Yes. Back up in here. Blue is handling all kind of business. He will not be with us this evening. So. Yeah. But who we got up in the vault, the base?
That would be Matt. What's going on for Prereq Live? He's the first comment. And let's see who our listener of the week was. It will be Mr. X.
Hey,
What's going on, Mr. X? We actually got a shitload of listeners this week. It's kind of crazy.
There we go.
For some reason, what was it? The 20th? A couple days ago? It was Sunday, right? 20th?
Something like that.
Got a shitload of listens.
There we go. We like it. Old Ninja, you always want to pour out liquor at the intro of the cast. Who we pouring our liquor to today?
All right, first on our list is Sonny Landham. He's most famous for his role as Billy Soul in the original Predator movie. He's also known for his work in The Warriors, 48 Hours, Lockup, and Action Jackson. He actually started out in porn movies in the 1970s, which came back on him in the 2000s. So in the 2000s, like some of his Predator co-stars, he ran for a governor's office under the Republican ticket in Kentucky.
Wow.
And then they actually slandered him with his work being in porn during that time.
Slandered him?
Yeah.
I thought you said slattered him.
No, slandered.
Slobbered all over?
He also ran under
a porn movie.
Yeah.
They slobbed his knob.
Oh, damn. He also ran under the Libertarian ticket sometime later. He died at the age of 76.
R.I.P.
Next on the list was civil rights activist and controversial comedian Dick Gregory, who passed away at the age of 84. Before Richard Pryor, there was Dick Gregory, who took a no-holds-barred comedic attack on bigotry and racism. Gregory was primarily performed to segregated crowds and became the first black comedian to successfully cross over to white audiences, appearing on TV and putting out comedy records and albums. Gregory attributes his success to Hugh Hefner, who actually came and saw him in Chicago in 1961. He also served in the army, but even though he served, he protested the Vietnam War and racial injustice. He was arrested.
I turned my microphone on. That sounds like Jimi Hendrix. He did the same thing.
He was arrested multiple times and went on many hunger strikes. He later became a motivational speaker, author, and primarily promoting spirituality.
He was actually still touring for stand-up just literally a couple weeks before he passed.
He also had an autobiography out, which I've read when I was in high school.
Very nice.
Yes.
Last but not least,
we have Jerry Lee Lewis.
Wow.
So, legendary comedian Jerry Lee Lewis passed away in his Las Vegas home at the age of 91. He was a comedian, actor, singer, producer, director, screenwriter, and humanitarian. He most famously teamed up with Dean Martin in the 50s and did numerous television shows together. He filled in for Judy Garland when she was in Vegas, and after a well-received show, he decided to go solo, splitting from Dean Martin. Some of his most famous movie work, he starred in the original Nutty Professor and countless other classic comedies such as The Bellboy, The Family Jewels, and Which Way to the Front. He also taught film directing at USC with two famous directors, George Lucas and Steven Spielberg. He actually debuted Steven Spielberg's first student film.
Wow.
He was plagued with a lot of health problems most of his adult life, including prostate cancer, diabetes, pulmonary fibrosis, viral meningitis, and he kicked a prescription drug addiction habit in his 60s.
Good grief.
For 44 years, every Labor Day weekend, he would host a live telethon to support the Muscular Dystrophy Association. He also started Jerry's House, a place for traumatized and vulnerable children, and he has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow.
R.I.P. to Jerry Lewis, not Jerry Lewis.
Not Jerry Lee Lewis.
Not Jerry Lee Lewis. Different guy.
Very, very different guy. God damn. Okay, is the vault popping?
Yeah. That same dude that was talking shit, he's in the chat room now. He's asking us to do some more reacts.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to shut up in the video, so. No.
All right.
Even though we love MC Tati.
Thank you for joining us, fam. Big Netflix debut came out last week, right after the cast on Friday night.
Sure did.
Netflix Defenders finally dropped. We've all seen the first 4 episodes or more.
Yeah, I'm on episode 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's going to be a few spoilers, but only up until the 4th episode. We need to discuss.
A few.
Okay, but I mean, not for the whole damn show, is
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. We need to discuss this. This was big. This is big time. Let's just jump right the fuck on in on Defenders, Netflix Defenders. Stitch, you have been noticeably quiet. What were your initial thoughts on Defenders?
It's for me personally, it started off a little slow. It had a little bit of a slow pacing. I think it's I mean, even though we're only going to talk about up to episode 4, I think episode 3 is where it starts to really pick up the pace, and I'm like, okay, we're finally getting it going, because up till that point, they're sort of going between each character's sort of separate storyline before they converge together and unite. So
Yeah, it's
that.
like tying up like little loose ends.
Yeah. I mean, it needed to be done, but it just seemed like it was kind of. I was like, all right, let's go. Let's get to. I want some action now, and especially because I don't like seeing Iron Fist on the screen at all. Like anytime he's acting or talking, I just feel the urge to pick up my phone and just check Twitter or something like that.
Did you dislike him? Because a lot of people have said those same sentiments. Did you dislike him as much on Defenders as you disliked him on his own show, or less?
So it's just where it gets a little bit difficult, because I went into Iron Fist hoping for the best, and I was very, very let down. So I came into this one kind of with a bad taste in my mouth every time I saw him on screen, but I tried to ignore that. I don't, at this point, I don't know if it's just the actor or it's how his storyline I really don't care about. I'm not interested in anything involving him, actually. I'm just like, why can't you I'm just waiting for like the story to focus on a different character. He's just really boring. His fist just glows like he's holding a lightning bug, and he doesn't really seem to have full control over it.
Okay.
So he's not even all that powerful.
That's what bothers me too. Like, this isn't. I didn't complete the rest of Iron Fist. I'm gonna watch the rest. I need to, but it's like, why doesn't he have more control over the Iron Fist? Like, he has actual chi powers. He only uses it in just his fist. It's not just his fist though. Like, I don't understand why he just keeps using it in just one fist, and that's it. And it's just like, that's all you can really do.
Yeah. So if you haven't finished Iron Fist, and they talk about this, about him not realizing his full potential.
Not at all. Yeah.
And you should be around the area where they talk more about how Danny hasn't like realized what he can do with the Iron Fist power, and it's reiterated several times in his own series and in the Defenders.
Well, the entire, not to go into, I mean, what I'm going to say is not a spoiler, but the entire series in this Defenders thing, he comes off as just nonstop stupid and annoying. even after episode 4, I'm like, he doesn't seem to get any smarter.
Colleen Wing though, Slim Thick.
I do like her.
Yeah. She looks like she's better at martial arts than Danny still.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt.
But she got her ass kicked on Game of Thrones, though.
Yeah, but okay, so we're lukewarm, if not down on Danny. There's other main characters. I'm gonna jump in and say
Danny for me gets a 2. If
Okay.
I'm rating on a 10 scale.
10
2.
being the best.
Yeah.
It's not a 2.985.
Nope. Flat line 2.
For me, in terms of, I'm with you guys on Danny, but I'm not feeling Jessica. Not in this.
Wait, what?
I'm not feeling Jessica in this much at all.
He's like the way she runs.
I don't like the way she moves
runs like
her
a girl.
fucking body, man. You know what it is?
She's a drunk.
Yeah, she's drunk almost
She
the
is.
entire time.
She is drunk. But if it was staggering, I just think she moves funny. She doesn't move like anywhere close to. I don't know, someone who's trained a little bit.
Well, she's not trained. She
trained.
even talks about it.
Yeah.
She says, "Am I the only person that doesn't know kung fu?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like she's basically a high functioning drunk. She's
Yeah.
drunk all the fucking time.
I don't even like her personality.
I love her
It's
personality.
same with how she was on Jessica Jones, but we know they're coming together. And at least up to episode 4, it's no, I don't want this, and I'm gonna act like a jerk.
4 is when
I know you're coming together.
I'm trying to remember. 4 is when they meet.
Four is the dinner episode.
In the
But
Chinese food place.
Three they
had
they
met
act-
and fought in the
three they
hallway.
meet.
Okay.
The hallway
okay.
fight was dope.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it was-
All right. Yeah.
So episode 1, I think we're introduced to Elektra again.
Yes.
Episode
The Black
2,
Sky.
Yeah, so episode 2, we find out how Elektra's raised from the dead, and then her subsequent reintroduction to I don't want to say motor function, but or fighting skill, and basically language, because
That was almost at the same time.
yeah, no, it is the same time. But then we need to talk about Alexandria, which is Sigourney Weaver's character.
Yeah.
So this woman is obviously bigger than almost the entire cast, except for Luke
Yeah.
Cage, and she speaks softly,
No,
but her
she's bigger than Luke Cage.
well, it looks like he's
Really taller?
slightly taller. I think.
Oh,
he's
you mean like in height? I thought you meant
yeah,
like in
height.
like fame.
No, yeah.
Oh, no, I was like, wait a
Fame-wise,
minute.
No, I'm talking about in height. Because if you watch the first 2 episodes, she's taller than fucking everybody. Everybody's
Yes.
shorter than her.
She towers over her.
And the thing is, though, she has this incredible presence, though, because everyone knows that's part of the hand. They know who she is.
Yep.
And as a viewer, you're like, who the fuck is this chick?
No, the first indication of her awesomeness was when Miss Gao.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
And she's probably wearing heels, so yeah, she'll be taller than one.
Yeah.
God damn,
No.
she's 67 years old.
Yes,
Yeah, she's
sir.
old.
Get it together.
I think Luke
Fucking
Cage
bravo.
I think Luke Cage is like 6'3", Michael Colton. But anyway,
Yeah.
But Miss Gal, was it Lady Gal? Miss
The
Gal?
chick with it's Gal. They
Gal.
call it Gal, but she has
She
another
was
title.
fucking kowtowing to her.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit, you got to be badass.
to put Gal.
Because what's his name? Wilson Fisk didn't get that kind of credit whatsoever. And that's what made me step up and take notice.
Yeah, well, that's because Gal could probably fuck him up. You saw how she
Oh, yeah.
knocked down that fucking door like it was
Yeah.
nothing. She didn't even
Yeah.
touch it. She was
I
like,
hear you.
Well, she throws fucking Hadoukens.
Yeah. So
that's what fucking Iron Fist should be doing. I don't understand why he doesn't. Like he can do chi blast, but
He has. We'll get to that when we get to the second half. We'll talk about that later. Anyway,
yeah.
but yeah, you get Alexandra's presence, and you get the sense that she's not just old but ancient.
Yes.
Because she references Constantinople, and everyone's all like, "Well, Istanbul. You mean Istanbul?" And she's like, "No." She basically talks about the food from when Constantinople was around. She talks about seeing ancient events as if she was there, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Well, she's flat out said to Elektra, and I think even just on camera, period, I've died before.
Oh, she
Multiple
said she's
times.
died multiple times.
Yeah.
So it was pretty. You get a sense that she's extra powerful, and you see her do a little bit of fighting when when Black Sky comes at her.
I remember that fighting one.
Yeah.
What do you expect
I'm
from
glad they sort of
67?
scrapped that.
Yeah, that was
Good.
suspect as fuck. I mean, I talk about Jessica Jones shitty ass running and fighting. This was atrocious, especially in comparison to Elektra is super in shape and she's fluid with it. I like her.
she's 67 years old.
I
goddammit.
know, yeah, but don't show it then, or do some special effects.
They're lucky that if she throws a punch, dust doesn't come out. Come on, man.
Man, for real.
Yeah, but that was hard to watch.
Yeah, I enjoyed Jessica. She she had the same attitude, and we hadn't seen her for a while.
been a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually find out she hasn't been doing shit for months.
Now she's
Ever
chilling.
since Kilgrave.
But drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And
Her friend
probably
Trish
fucking-
is annoying now.
Oh my god, I hated her all throughout that first. I don't give a damn about the fact that you have a talk show.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that was annoying.
And the Weekend is back, but he got a
Yeah.
fade.
I forgot. And then I like Luke Cage. I like seeing Luke Cage do his bid in the prison.
I love all
Get
of
him
his.
some coffee.
Every time he's on the
Yeah.
screen, he's got some dope ass music.
Yeah.
Sometimes they even change the music just for him.
Yep, I do like that.
Came straight out the pin and
Here comes
got
the black
smashing.
guy.
Sure
Yeah,
did.
he came out, shut the pin, and got that coffee.
Yes.
Gotta get that coffee.
But I like him going back to Harlem and then asking about Mariah and asking about shades, even though we haven't seen them yet on screen. It's interesting that no, we haven't. I mean, I just watched.
Forgot about Shades.
You know, you mean in the Defenders? Yeah.
Yeah, in the Defenders. Yeah, we haven't seen either
so
one of them on screen
it's like
yet.
Stitch was saying, there was like loose ends from each series. So we know Matt had a falling. Well, Matt and Foggy separated.
Yep.
Matt doing his own thing.
I had forgot about that whole thing.
Yeah, Foggy
I was
and-
like, oh yeah, I guess he's mad at him for what? And
Yeah,
then
they
everyone
had a-
was
they
like,
had a-
oh,
it
he
was
found out the secret. I was like, oh, whatever.
No, they had a huge split at the end of season 2. So now Foggy works for Hogarth.
Yeah, but it was just because he found out he was Daredevil.
Yeah,
he lied to
pretty
him,
much.
and he
Yeah.
decides to make a career change.
Pretty much.
So him and
dumb shit.
Jessica, him and Karen are estranged. So Matt's kind of on his own. Jessica's still drunk and not working really much. Luke Cage just gets out, and Iron Fist is traveling the world, makes his way back to New York.
Pretty much. That's it. That's right where we are.
Yeah, with episode 1. Then episode 2, we get Elektra's resurrection, and then we get the earthquake scene.
Well, that was at the end of episode
Oh,
1.
it was episode 1, yeah.
How are you guys feeling overall about the pacing of this story through 4 episodes? We said episode 1 was kind of slow, but I mean, are you liking it overall? Are you engaged?
I was engaged, but the first episode, I was like, I need more to happen. Like, okay, I get these loose ends are being tied up, but then like, our main characters are meeting other main characters, like side pieces, pretty much.
Yeah.
So like, Foggy meets Luke Cage, and someone else meets. They're meeting all these other little characters and whatnot. And then the second episode, I think 2 of the other major characters meet, but then the other half don't.
Yeah.
They all come together like towards literally the last 10 minutes of episode 3.
Yeah, and fucking weak ass Iron Fist tries fighting Luke Cage, and Luke Cage is like, "What is this little kid doing?"
Yeah, but then he gets his face rocked.
Oh yeah, he finally lands it.
So I'm reading from the chat room. Matt had some pretty good comments. He
Zingers.
said, he said, where the fuck was it? Oh no, sorry, this is Wild Alb. He said, Misty is my first lady detective crush since Eliza Maza. Thank you for that throwback.
Damn.
He's talking about gargoyles. That's a dope ass
shit.
series. I still have it on my computer
There
to
you
this
go.
day. They need to fucking probably
game.
re-release that in HD or some shit. 'Cause that was like that's actually one of the greatest ways you can learn about Shakespeare.
All
Is
right.
that show? And then
They need
Matt.
to do live action, really.
Well, yeah, they can now. And then Matt said, Misty gives me confused boners because I feel like she kicked my ass for having it. But yeah, I think the pacing is for me it's pretty good. I mean they toss in some action heavy episodes and then some that aren't all of them have action in it though. And I thought when they all came together, in that it seemed like it was all culminating into that meeting, and then when they met, it was fucking badass. Like I haven't even the Avengers didn't do that good of a job. Like when they all met, you know what I mean? Like, and this one was just like, oh shit, they happen to be in the same place at the same time. They're all kicking ass. I thought that was pretty dope. It wasn't some shitty fight in a fucking airport. I'm just saying.
God damn.
Yeah, I definitely.
shade.
I'm enjoying the show so far. I didn't win the Powerball, y'all, so I'm kind of.
No, look at
I got actually came back still my wings. I gave her some money to play some other tickets. So
All right.
You notice how
I'm sure we would have heard by now.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows.
Should have kicked in his door like
Oh my God, you guys gotta stop what you're doing.
we rich, bitch.
The podcast would stop, and then a couple weeks be back all updated.
I swear, like,
In a penthouse, overlooking
in
the
Vegas.
bay.
Yeah.
Burning money to stay warm.
Yeah.
Let me light my cigar on this $100 burning.
Oh man.
You all noticed in episode 4 when they're like at the Chinese place eating, it was pretty reminiscent of the Avengers shawarma scene at the end of the Avengers.
Yeah, that was like not everybody saw that though.
Yeah, but it was
After credit scene.
this is like a longer version of that though, pretty much, because they're eating around food and they're talking about them like meeting up and what their purpose was and trying to stay together.
You know who stole
And
the
how Iron Fist still doesn't know shit.
Yeah, he's still done. But the show centers around his story
does.
with the hand
Well,
a
no,
lot.
Well, sort of. It's him and Daredevil
Daredevil.
and Stick.
Yeah, but
Hold on. Speaking of Stick, can somebody CGI out his goddamn hand? Get the fuck out of here with that. Like, one arm is clearly longer than the other.
Yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck? That's his hand. Just CGI that shit so it's a little bit shorter. Goddamn it.
yeah, it does need to look a little cleaner.
Every time
I'm
I see
with
that
you
shit,
on
I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
even when he chopped it, it
Yeah,
looked
it was
like a
super
fake ass
fake.
hand.
Well, yeah.
It was super fake.
You know?
That was super gangster though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Shit.
he did.
And
Didn't even scream.
he fought both of them with one hand.
He sure did.
So.
Freshly cut. It is good to have that character in the show. I'm liking what he represents.
Who's
Especially-
Stick?
Stick, yeah.
He's still an ass. Which
Yeah,
is good.
but I like his back and forth with Murdoch. You know what I mean? That's always fucking fun. But Murdoch's shit with Jessica's fucking scarf around
That
his
shit was
fucking
funny.
head. I was like, if you don't take this bullshit off, man.
She was talking shit too. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "You look like an asshole." He's like, "It's your scarf."
And I was confused how. Wait a minute. Nah, am I before? Yeah, no, I'm not before episode 4, where how she's like tracking him and he's not like picking up on this. She's like on the phone and stuff. I'm like, all right, Daredevil, you should be onto this. Which he's like, he's going down alleys trying to like be all sneaky, and she's like, snap, click, 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 and I'm like, I can hear it.
Yeah.
I can't fucking Daredevil hear it.
I was under the impression that he wanted her to see him, so that way she'd be more likely to work together.
I thought that too, but then when she's like,
Got in
she
his
face.
face.
him about it,
then
he
he
was
ran.
like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Well, and he ran.
And he
Yeah.
broke that camera when he was like, I
Yeah.
have proof. No, you
No,
don't.
no, you don't.
Like, you got insurance? Nope.
That was good.
Dang.
Are we on board with the Hand still being the main villain, even though it's in a different form, for basically the third or fourth show now? Everything except for Luke Cage
Yeah,
and
Luke Cage not
Jessica
the
Jones. Every other Netflix show was about the Hand, right?
Season 2 of Daredevil, yes.
And one.
It's more about Kingpin.
Yeah, season 1 was way more about Kingpin.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
And then Iron Fist was about the Hand. That was his whole mission, was to defeat the Hand. So
I think it's a good villain organization for
Okay.
that level of people. You know what I mean? Like it's not Hydra, even though Hydra would be kind of appropriate too. But it's not like super powered beings trying to kill them, because I don't think that Jessica Jones wouldn't stand a chance against like a heavy hitter. Like she's strong. She has the weirdest skill set ever.
I can't.
Like
yeah.
how the fuck is she that strong but not durable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you literally cannot be that strong and not be durable.
And
because
she's
if
like
you punch something, you'd break your own arm.
exchanging punches with like regular ass like dudes. Was that
Yeah.
something ringing?
Oh, this fucking thing came out.
Oh.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, she was just exchanging punches with like random dudes, and I'm like, that guy's head should be like rolling down the fucking road.
Well,
Yeah.
she has to show some restraint. I understand that, but it's just like when she punches somebody with their full strength, she would damage herself
Yeah.
because your bones, like the way she gets hit, she goes down. Like if you're not super durable, your strength wouldn't mean anything. Like you would literally flex and break your arm.
That makes sense to me. I mean, my biggest gripe, I would say, is I am fucking tired of them describing the 2012 Avengers Loki incident as the incident over and over and over and
I hear
over
that
and
much.
over.
I only heard it once. I thought.
no, they
No,
talk.
I
Nah.
mean,
So even if they don't talk about it, there's like when you see Trish's talk show, they have posters of it in the back. They don't talk about the Sokovia Accords. They don't talk about.
It's just the incident in New York. And I'm
yeah,
like,
it's just that.
Well,
They
because
don't-
it happened there. I mean, it's a big deal.
yeah,
It
but don't
did.
call it the goddamn incident over and over and over again. I
Call
mean,
9/11
what do you gotta call
9/11.
or call it the day when aliens attacked New York or something. I don't
Incident.
know.
They didn't know
Too
how
many
to
words.
describe it.
You better have
Yeah,
something.
too many
What do you
words.
call
You
it?
can't
The failed invasion?
Yeah, alien invasion, Loki invasion, whatever you want to do with it. But
They don't know.
They don't know who the fuck Loki is.
They don't know Loki.
No.
No.
by name.
Regular
no.
people, no.
No, because he got
The
locked
Avengers
up.
do.
He got locked up, but his face was all over.
That don't mean
They
they
don't
know
know-
his
they don't
name.
know his name.
He didn't say I am.
Regular-
I know you how you like your fucking TV shows to be all simplified and stupid, saying I'm using spider sense now. This is my spider sense.
You
He didn't
think
say
nobody knows
I
him?
am Loki. Here, this is my face.
You think nobody knows him? Seriously.
The only people I would know-
know what he
not
looks
regular ass
like.
citizens,
There,
dude.
there was very few people that actually knew him. The only time he actually went public was when he went to that one place and made them all kneel.
Yeah.
And
That
was
the Captain
Germany.
America-
And that was like
yeah,
But he
doesn't-
that was basically it. When he invaded, he was just flying around. Everybody was evacuating.
Yeah.
Like,
He
and he was
didn't state-
he was up in Stark Tower. Nobody
Yeah.
he wasn't
Yeah.
ground level.
Getting chokeslammed by Hulk.
You don't think the and fuck your shit because that didn't happen. But you don't think the Shield or any of the government would say, "Hey, one of the main people responsible that you saw flying around." Was,
They're not giving press
No,
conferences.
no, they're
They
not
ain't
gonna-
press
no.
conference
That'd be
shit.
fucking terrifying. You told the public that there was a god that came down from fucking.
but they know gods exist because Thor too.
They
Yes,
know
they
Thor, but
do.
he's good. You'd be fucking terrified about an evil god. Holy shit!
no.
But
No,
New
no, no,
York
no.
got destroyed
Yeah,
by him.
no, it got destroyed by
Manhattan.
aliens.
Yeah.
Yes, but he was leading.
Yeah,
the
but
They don't
you
need to
didn't
know that.
Yeah, they don't need to know. All you need to know
Because they'll be
is
like,
there's
where's
some
he
dude-
now?
Manhattan has like 2 million people in it. You're telling me that nobody saw this?
2 million.
No,
people.
We're
like,
saying
go
that-
rewatch the movie. Like he was always up in the sky. He never came ground level.
Yeah.
We're saying that he didn't announce, like Stitch said, I am Loki. I am here to fuck
Yeah.
shit up.
Besides in Germany, I get you on
Yeah,
that. He didn't
no.
do it in New
So
York.
he attacked. He doesn't need to state who he is.
Yeah.
He'll pop. You do that after.
There
you
was big
conquer.
worm fucking robots flying through the sky and shit.
And actually, I don't
Like
think
Space
that
Invaders.
the whole world even knows who Thor is.
They probably
Why wouldn't
don't.
the world know who Thor
Only
is?
certain people do. Because
Well-
he doesn't go on. He never went on TV and announced it.
No.
Even when he was with the Avengers, they all just disbanded after they were done. They kicked ass and they just left.
But he was in Sokovia and New York and London for his movie.
But
too.
even with the Avengers, though, they were still kind of a semi-covert operation. They would just go in, fuck shit up. They weren't like known. Captain America's known.
Yeah, Captain and Iron Man are the only.
Yeah,
They're
because
two
they
biggest,
did
yeah.
PR, but not everybody else did.
So wait. But in all of the incidents where Thor he was even in New Mexico in his first movie, all of those incidents you're saying where he's been on Earth fighting big baddies, they don't know who.
But they've been
Not all of them.
they've been
Not
calling
all
a
of them.
Hulk green guy.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
that's
I don't know who he
annoying.
is.
That's
But
fucking
some
annoying
people call
and
him.
stupid.
So in the Netflix series, they call him the Big Green Guy. Other folks refer. Some people call him the Hulk. But with the New Mexico incident, that was contained by Shield
Okay, in his first movie.
in his first movie.
But in the second one, he's all over London with that shit too.
he
in
goes
Dark-
between worlds because he's on the dark
Some
world.
of it is in
Some of it
London.
is in London, but
Another
he's not
major
saying,
city.
"I am Thor. I'm here to protect you."
They're
People
gonna get-
They see him with the Avengers.
They see him with a cape flying and doing badass shit.
Yeah. So does his cape have his name on it? I don't think so.
Okay.
So the only reason I would see the general public knowing who he is if they said, "These are the Avengers. These are the team. This is who's on the team," and Thor is mentioned, even though he's not on Earth.
Hey, who's on SEAL Team 6?
I mean,
Let me just add. Who's on SEAL Team 6?
the only one I'm gonna say.
You had no idea.
The only one I'm gonna say the world wouldn't know about at all. Doctor Strange, I could see, and Ant-Man.
Yes,
This
I can see that.
latest Ant-Man, with all of the incidents Thor has been involved in worldwide, people know it.
But he never comes out and says that I'm Thor. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Even like Doctor Strange, people know him by like as a doctor, but yeah, I don't know about his mystical shit.
And
yeah,
he's-
I'm with you on
But
Doctor Strange.
what do you
He's
mean?
new.
They saw him all the time. He was on street level. They saw him.
Not doing
saw him in
mystical,
China?
not doing
Yeah.
mystical shit. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
they did. He reversed time. He fucking changed dimensions and shit like that. He was fucking floating, fucking flying around and shit.
I thought the stuff with Doctor Strange mystical was a whole bunch of parallel dimensions coming in and folding in and on.
Well,
on
yeah,
each
but somebody
other.
had to have seen him like starter or some shit like that. You can't just like, you know. And there was the whole destruction of China, even though it kind of reversed time. But still.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's still hard to put a name to him, you know? You're like, oh, I've seen this dude. Because, like, I don't think he was a... Like, who do we know as a world-class doctor by name?
James Andrews.
Who the fuck is that?
There was that guy Carlson,
Ben Carson.
Ben Carson. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
world famous.
He's an idiot.
World
though.
famous smart ass idiot.
All right.
So, yeah.
So through 4, what are you all giving it so far? I mean, if you could just stick with 4 episodes,
Just stick with the 4?
the first 4, it's 8 total, so we're halfway through. Preliminary review.
Because it's hard because at 4 I needed to watch 5.
Okay.
Like I remember telling myself I was like I gotta watch the next one because that's when shit's about to pop off
Okay.
in the Chinese food restaurant.
But if you could-
but of 1 through 4, oh boy, I would sort of I give it maybe a 7, I guess.
Okay.
Because it was a little bit kind of boring at first, but then they were speeding up, so I was excited to be like, all right, here we go.
Wait, what episode you on?
I finished it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're going through 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to see more because I saw like shit was about to start happening. I was really enjoying that they were meeting up. All of a sudden, that Luke Cage runs in the Iron Fist. Then Jessica's like, "Who the fuck are you?" to Daredevil, and they sort of like trying to figure out who can know what, and especially the conversations that they're having there. I don't know if that's 5 yet when they're trying to talk about who's who and what do you know
think
and
that's
what can you
episode
do.
4.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. That was really good. So that puts it at I put give it a 7.
All right, Old Ninja, what you got?
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. I'm going to put it at a 7. Because there's certain things that were kind of weird, like Stick cutting off his fucking hand and...
It's not weird. That's fucking gangster.
Yeah, no, but
He
it
didn't give a
looked
fuck.
fake as fuck.
And it still looks fake as fuck.
Yeah, it was
Long ass arm.
Yeah, there was just certain pacing stuff like I wasn't really too cool with, and then the first episode was really slow. I mean, yeah, I know it was tying up all these other ones, but up until 4, I give it a 7.
All right.
Right now, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I really like the that scene where they all met up. That shit was dope. Like I really, really enjoyed that. And the only reason why I'm giving him like a semi-lower score is because, I don't know. Iron Fist to me, yeah, he still is kind of annoying. His even though his martial arts skills have improved, Charlie Cox like really outdoes him in when they
Every
started fighting. I
scene.
was just like, dude, I mean, you're clearly outclassed here. And the fact that he doesn't use his powers correctly, it's fucking weird to me. But I really do like the fact that they all came together. Like, that shit was really cool.
The coming together won me over. I'm going to give it 7-2 so far. Got my issues with Iron Fist as everybody else does as well. But I think that he's drastically improved. I care about him more on Defenders than I ever did in his own show. Got some issues with Jessica's body movement and whole attitude that was kind of predictable. But other than that, I am on board and actually excited about episode 5 through 8 coming out. Or coming soon for me.
For sure.
All right. We're going to switch it up. What else do we want to switch to this spot?
Let me talk about some upgrades to the podcast coming up pretty soon.
Go ahead.
So I finally got a wide-angle lens. So this is a Canon fucking 10 to 18 millimeter, which is pretty wide for a lens.
It looks like a grenade.
Yeah, it looks how most lenses look. But I'm also going to do vlogs with this. This is actually the same lens I think that Casey Neistat uses. So it's a pretty good lens. And then I'm also going to use a video capture card because I don't like our current webcam. I don't think it's good enough. Even though it's supposed to be 1080p, it never really looks like it. And so this I can hook up to, this is an Elgato HD60, and I'll be able to use my DSLR to broadcast with. So hopefully it doesn't like bog down the connection and it'll work, but we'll try it out next week. I'm gonna get it all set up sometime next week, and hopefully you will see a higher quality live stream. It should look pretty cool. It should look basically like the GoPro or maybe slightly better. So
There we go.
but we'll still have the GoPro for backup because we've had hella incidents where some shit happened where we lost either the audio or the video and we had to rely on one or the other. So yeah, there we go. What are we talking about next? Comics?
Let's go. Before comics, Joker. There's some Joker news, goddammit.
Yeah.
DCEU. What in the fuck is happening?
Possibly not DC.
Wait, was this future stuff or has it already happened?
This
Future
is
stuff.
future stuff.
Are you talking about like the Batman thing?
This is Joker getting an original movie
Oh,
of his
origin movie.
own.
Yeah, and
Origin
it's by like a weird director, right?
So
Well,
it's by Todd Phillips. He's the director of the Hangover series,
Yeah, that's a weird director for.
but then he's being backed by Martin Scorsese.
What does backed mean?
Yeah,
So
that's weird
producing-
too. I don't see him as a fucking super villain or super anything.
He's more of a gangster crime drama.
Well, I guess that kind of.
not a-
He was a gangster, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's not a metahuman, as far as I know. He doesn't have any powers. He
I
just
think
does
it's
fucking
debatable because the amount of damage that guy can take is fucking ridiculous.
He can take a
And
lot.
he can actually fight really well too.
Definitely. He's badass in Injustice,
But
both
yeah,
games.
I don't know if he's better though.
shit. Yeah. So apparently this will be separate from the DCEU, as reports are saying.
Can I just... This is a shit idea. I hate to shit on things that are just in the concept because we haven't seen a trailer, we haven't seen who's going to play him or
This
whatever.
early talks. But
Super
they do
early.
have the director and producer.
The idea alone I don't like. Number one, because Joker's origin, I like the kind of mystery of it. You know, they've kind of done some fake outs over the years where they said, oh, this is his true origin. Oh, this is, or maybe it's this. I like that. I don't want something definitive. Once you put something in a movie canon, that's going to become Joker's origin for a lot of people.
So I'm wondering which origin they're gonna go with, because there's a few. Like one of the most famous one is Alan Moore's version of it, where he actually has a name.
Yep.
And where he was running with the Red Hood gang, and he was trying to do comedy, and then he needed money, got in with the Red Hood gang, got fucked up with the chemical vat thing. There's also the circus origin, I guess. There's a couple other weird origins.
Well, he has an origin in the first modern Batman, the one with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not his movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
It's certainly a Batman movie where he's the main villain. You get to see what quote unquote started him off.
Yeah.
And even that was just short, quick scenes. A whole movie about that? I don't know.
Yeah, well, and it's kind of weird to have like a villain. I'm trying to think. I can't think of a villain movie origin story. Really,
Comic books?
No, for anything. I mean,
I mean, we
really.
did
They're
have
supposed to be
Suicide
trying
Squad.
to do the Venom thing, but
Oh,
that never
that's-
caught.
But
I
they
mean,
got-
we don't. That would not up to this point. We haven't.
We haven't seen
Well,
it,
but Venom ends up being a hero though. But the Joker's gonna be—he's a pure villain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't see like them putting a spin on him being good. Like see what they try to do with like Suicide Squad. That was an all-villain movie, but they tried to make it. They made them good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way you can make Joker a good guy, especially in an origin.
Same with
origin
Deadpool.
story.
So what
I
about
mean-
what
Well,
about
Deadpool, he's still a hero though. I mean, he's an anti-hero, but he's a hero.
Yeah, but he is an anti-hero. He has been a true mercenary bad guy sometimes too,
Yeah.
for money.
For
And
sure.
that's-
what
But-
about the same with Deathstroke? 'Cause
Yeah.
he's a mercenary as
But
well.
he doesn't,
like,
he doesn't have a movie though.
Yeah.
no, he doesn't. But then, what about Saw? I know it's not comic book related, but this is technically someone who kills people or
It's
maims
a horror
them.
movie. That doesn't
That's the
count.
horror movie.
But
Yeah,
he's
it's
still-
like
it's like Friday
saying
the
But
13th,
he's still,
yeah.
well, he's still
Freddy Krueger.
But they try to put him in the light that he's doing good
What?
to bad people.
What?
What?
And
For
who's
Saw,
For
they do.
Saw.
Yeah, for Saw they do.
They fucking locked Freddy Krueger up in a goddamn
No,
mob
talking about- no,
basement.
talking
Talking about Saw.
But I'm
Talking
saying the
about
same.
Saw.
You could say the same thing with fucking the reason why Freddy Krueger is going killing these kids is because the parents of those kids murdered him.
Because he's a child rapist.
Freddy
He
did-
was accused. That's what they talked about into the.
Freddy did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start talking about traps now.
Oh boy.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, but that's just like horror
Yeah.
genre. That's not hero.
Are we anti-Joker origin movie? At least as a concept.
Generally speaking, yes.
Generally speaking, yes, and especially if this is not going to be connected to the DCEU.
I'm just really not interested in it. I mean, I'm fine with just knowing what I know about Joker and keep it rolling and everything. I don't, especially if are they going to do this with fucking idiot
Leto?
Leto?
Apparently
So
not.
the
Then I ain't- okay.
rumors are that Leto ain't part of this worth a damn.
Nope.
But again, that's all speculation and rumor right now.
For now. So the only thing that's been announced, director and producing by Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, it's pretty early. So this
It's
shit can
way
change.
early. It could be, it could be like the next Gambit movie that they always talk about.
Exactly. It feels like DC's throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to see what'll
what
stick
stick.
in
Yeah,
terms of like
It
rumor
gets a
mill.
buzz and
Yeah, and I'm not down for it.
no.
Sticking with DC just a little bit more. Big old controversy here. Old Ninja, you want to do this one?
Yeah, so Titans TV show, which is based off the Teen Titans comic, just cast actress Anna Diop. Is that her last name? Diop? or Dope?
Sounds right.
She's
about
from
right.
24 Legacy. They casted her as Starfire for this upcoming TV series, which will be released in 2018.
You want to pull up what she looked like?
Wait, what's her name?
Anna Diop.
D-I-O-P.
D-I-O-P. So she's an African-American actress playing an alien
Okay.
with orange skin.
She looks familiar.
So, yeah.
What do I know her from?
24 Legacy.
Oh, she was born in Senegal.
Yeah, so she's also, even though this is about teen superheroes, she's 35, I believe, or 30?
She's 29.
29?
She can play young though. I mean, she does not look older.
Well, but Starfire, I don't think really needs to be a teen, right? She should be like the most adult of all of them. And even though, I mean, I'm thinking about, I mean, she's an alien, so it doesn't really matter what color she is. So
Are they going to like Gamora orange her up basically?
hopefully they do, and hopefully she puts on some muscle mass because she should be kind of yoked.
Yeah, it's Starfire. Well, Starfire is not only yoked, she's tall and ripped.
Yeah, I don't know how.
That's
tall
another
she
thing
is.
too.
Well,
But
she might be kind of tall because she's from Senegal. So
yeah, some
I'm hoping that they, keep her eyes green as well. Orange, put on some Donald Trump orange and let her run with it.
tangerine looking.
Yeah. So I don't really have an issue. Like, I didn't see people bitching and complaining when Zoe Saldana was Gamora. I didn't see nobody shit.
Yeah, the alien part makes it interesting.
yeah,
I wouldn't automatically think of this chick as Starfire right off the bat. Like if I was doing casting per se, just on her looks, I don't know anything about her acting. But I'm cautiously going to say wait and see. I like that character.
okay. So she's 5'8", so she's taller than an average woman, but she's basically the height of an average man.
Yeah.
So
You could do a lot with camera angles and boots.
So also what I didn't know is that they casted a 13-year-old actress to play Raven.
That
on
was
the show.
about a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that even gone that far. So they've casted two people. They have not casted Dick Grayson, who would be Nightwing, and they haven't casted Beast Boy. So those are the 2 remaining to complete their.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's going to be a cyborg or not. Probably not.
The casting matters a whole lot. You have to have the right chemistry. You have to have the right look for this show to really work live action.
I think some
We'll
people
see.
are preparing for backlash of this actress portraying.
I want to
This
see a
character.
trailer and how she'll look on the show. I could shit on it later. I'm just telling you right now. But let me see a trailer with how she'll look in production. You know?
We fucked up with Wonder Woman. I mean, we all shit on it, and then
Yeah.
it was a great movie. So.
There you go. But I just want to see it. I can't visualize it quite yet just with her screenshot. You know what I mean?
Another thing is, this is what Prodigy and I talked about before the cast, is this is one of those shows that's going to debut on WB streaming digital service type shit. So it'll be 13 episodes, but apparently the only way to watch it will be through this subscription service type shit.
Yeah, and Rick says, "Fuck that, fuck it all to pieces." People pay for Netflix, people pay for Hulu and HBO and whatnot. I don't want to pay for this. I don't even know if this show is any fucking good.
Yeah, not even close. Well, I don't know if this is kicking off their.
It sounds like it's kicking it off.
There might be another show before it. I
Yeah.
have no idea.
Yeah.
But for those of you who didn't understand the Rick reference, we have a little figurine of Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty with flipping off everybody. So if you're watching us live, you can see Rick Sanchez say "fuck you" to you. There you go.
There you go.
But yeah, I'm definitely cautious about this. We also have the showrunners from pretty much DC TV running this particular show. So you have Jeff Johns and Greg Bertinelli.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign.
So yeah, they've been pretty solid. Oh, I'm excited to see Black Lightning because that comes out in the next month or 2.
Yeah, that actually, I was surprised at how good that looked. Because I didn't know anything about the character like almost everybody. Probably 99% of people on this fucking planet.
Thinking it's a grown-up Static Shock?
Yeah, he kind of looks like it.
But he kind of reminded me of like a Blue Marvel type character, you know what I
Okay.
mean? So
I'll watch it and give it a chance. How about that?
The trailer looks pretty intense. So I'm interested in that. This Titan stuff, I'm gonna wait and see.
Because I tell you what, I was a little bit down on Mr. Terrific at his start on Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
And then these past season and a half, he's gotten better and better and better, and they've done more with him. And I like his character now a whole lot more, and I think he's silenced some of the critics.
Yeah, the problem with Mr. Terrific is that when we're introduced to him, he is basically at level 0.
Yeah.
Like, he's not doing superhero stuff. He hasn't invented the T-Spears. And the fan base was like, well, where is T-Spears?
Mm-hmm.
Where's his outfit? Where's his mask? None of that is introduced. He's still
who
like...
does his hair?
Yeah, who rolls him up? So all that stuff was super like level 0. It took time for them to gradually build his character and work up to where he is now. So there you go. You can't have everything at once. You gotta ease it in there.
I like to spittle and then just jam it in.
God damn.
Throw it in.
Damn.
skate. Where do we want to go, gentlemen?
Okay.
Well, no, go ahead.
Well, I wonder where we want to go next. I mean,
I was gonna say because I'm excited about this news. This is
Go ahead.
from Camp Disney.
Oh, what we got?
So they're on early talks of developing an Obi Wan solo film. I'm more excited about this than the Han Solo project
I am too.
because there's a lot. They have a lot more room. I feel with Obi Wan than they do Han Solo for some reason.
I like, and I've wanted to know Obi-Wan's story before Episode 4, but not with the prequels,
Yeah.
for a long time. And I know it's probably in books and comics and whatnot, but I want to see it on
was, but
film.
A lot of that shit is scrapped now.
Stitch, how you feel about Star Wars and Obi-Wan?
I don't know. It sounds lame as fuck.
Hating-ass motherfucker.
Tell us your thoughts on wearing bikinis, though.
That's in the past. That was years ago. Years ago.
Needed the money.
You was young.
It all depends on the casting. I'm sure Ewan McGregor is
Oh,
not...
he's stated for the last 3 years that he's willing to come back. He's actually in The Force Awakens with a voiceover.
Oh, okay.
You can actually read the article with J.J. Abrams talking about his experience working with Obi-Wan and how cool it was, or Ewan McGregor and how cool it was.
Because truth be told, I thought he was a really good Obi-Wan.
He was probably the best thing about the prequels outside of especially the fight with Darth Maul. That's like
all the fight scenes in those first 3 were dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movies were shit, but the fight scenes were dope.
Yeah. So I guess there's 2 spots they can go. They can do the in between episode 3 and 4, or they can do Obi-Wan as he meets with Qui-Gon, or when he starts his basically Jedi path. So either really young Obi-Wan or Obi-Wan when he's like in hiding.
Better show Obi-Wan getting some motherfucking pussy with the Jedi powers, man. Come on.
You never know.
Come
We're not
on.
supposed to take on wives or anything like that.
But you don't have to take our wife. You just got to be like mind control.
just gotta-
Yeah.
Bus!
Yeah, you
like-
will open that pussy. Pussy will be open.
It sounds like rape.
Yeah.
But she
But
wants...
she said yes.
She
In space, there
consented.
ain't no rules. You gotta respect. You gotta respect.
Wait, in space they can't hear you rape? Oh, fucking day. You guys are fucking assholes, man.
I didn't say
What's wrong
that.
with you people?
I didn't say that.
I almost said it. I almost said it. In space, they can't hear you scream. Oh, man.
Jabba didn't care.
We're just kidding.
No,
Rape
you
is not
shouldn't.
okay. all
Yes,
right?
yes.
No, it's not.
These are just jokes.
In space or here.
Yes. Jabba didn't give a fuck, though.
No.
Space would just be colder rape.
Oh, God damn.
God damn.
All right, so
Give it to us.
this next part of our podcast is brought to you by GameFly. GameFly is a monthly subscription service where they send to you a dope mystery box. This month, for some reason, I got 2, and so did your boy Blue.
Nice.
I have no idea why we got 2, but we got 2.
Extra love.
One was full of some really cool stuff, which is Rick and Morty was part of them. So if you're watching the live stream right now, this is Rick Sanchez flipping off the camera. I think it's part of like the Earth something, some other universe thing. But yeah, it's pretty funny. And then we also got one that was kind of like it had Zelda stuff in it
Nice.
and other stuff. So they're both pretty dope. And it actually had a cup of the Ring of Power.
Oh, that
And so when you pour stuff in it, it would change colors.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
I'm watching it right now, so I haven't had a chance to see what color it changes into. So they're both pretty dope boxes, and they came with pretty cool T-shirts too. The one with Rick in it came with a Ninja Turtle T-shirt, and the Zelda one I was talking about came with like a Zelda shirt. But it's actually, I don't want to open it. It's right here, but I don't want to open it.
Yeah,
But it's pretty dope looking. Basically, what Loot Crate is, they're like Comic-Con in a box. The basic service that they do is a mystery box service. So every month you're getting something new, and it gives you like a T-shirt, like I was talking about before, a cool little figurine like Little Rick here. Like I said, the other one had a cool cup in it that changes colors. It's all really cool stuff. They also have different kinds of crates to suit your needs. Like they have the regular Loot Crate DX, which is like more expensive, higher quality stuff. They also have Loot Anime. They have other special crates that are like themed. Like I didn't know this until right now. There's a Stranger Thing Loot Crate. I didn't know either. They also have a Marvel one, a Firefly one, J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World. And they also have different kinds of lootwear. So this is like their kind of lower tier stuff where they send to you like their apparel, like mystery apparel. And you can actually choose what you want to get. Like you want to get socks every month, you want to get underwear, or if you want to get wearables or whatever. They even have things for him or her. So it's pretty cool service. A lot of us here get the service. Obviously I do. I just showed you my stuff. So if you do us a favor, go to trylootcrate.com/BTHEMBTI and put in the promo code of Bridge10, as in a bridge you're walking over, and the number 10. You will save yourself 10% on any new subscription. Once again, that is trylootcrate.com/BTHEMBTI with the promo code of Bridge10. And now on with Gamescon.
Oh, you switched it up. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about Comic-Con in a
Yeah,
box.
yeah, yeah.
Talk about fucking Comic-Con.
There you
Or
go.
A-Con. Yeah.
All right.
Akon.
Oh, Ninja, what did you have on this one?
I got a few things, but I want to know what Kronos saw from this. Because there's a game that we both saw I thought was fucking weird, but I want to hear his take.
Holy shit.
What?
I didn't do
Was
it.
there a shitstorm?
Oh, okay. He's talking about the live. All right, sorry. Somebody said that they watched Death Note. I thought he meant the live action one. And he said it was an 8 out of 10. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I thought I was about to kick somebody out of the fucking chat room.
Yeah.
But he's not watching the live action one. Okay.
Don't come at us
Yeah.
with that live action bullshit.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, so I think you're talking about is BioMutant, right?
Yes, BioMutant.
It was funny because when I saw like the text for it, it looks like the cover looks like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, wow.
Like they're very similar covers.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's the same exact fucking font.
Robot dinos?
No.
No.
This is like, it's pretty dope though. Like, basically, you're like this little raccoon
You're
mutant
Shifu.
thing.
You're Shifu from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, like-
Cyborg Shifu.
Okay.
And apparently, like, you mutate to get powers and stuff. And so
Okay.
it seemed pretty cool. Like, the guy had like a big ass sword in his back, even though he's tiny, and a gun. and it looks like you can like kill things to like mutate yourself, and you have to like interface with stuff called, I think it was like mud or sludge or some shit like that to like mutate.
Weird-ass shit.
Yeah, it looked really interesting.
Does it look cartoony or
No, it looks
cell shading?
So did you see his mech? Because they said you could drive a mech. So
did you see the hand?
Yes, that was his mech. His
Yeah.
mech is a hand, so it's literally a golden hand that you ride where the wrist would be, and then he runs around on it, and then when he shoots, the hand holds him, but then uses the index to shoot.
So Disney gonna sue somebody for taking their Rocket Raccoon from Guardians.
No, he looks like
See how that
Shifu
looks?
from Kung Fu Panda. That's what he looks like.
Oh, wow.
We're looking at a picture of him there.
Okay, I like this big ass sword. It looks realistic, kind of, as much as you can with an animal.
Yeah, but you're like a little like animal thing.
Yeah.
And it seemed like the gameplay looked really fun.
He's in the jungle and shit.
Yeah.
that looks dope.
So there's actually 2 trailers you can actually watch on our Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com/BThenBTI.
Who developed this one?
I have no idea.
So they say it's former members who did Just Cause 3
Okay.
and another studio. I don't remember the other studio.
And this is coming out later next year, or
I did not see a release
next
date.
year.
Okay.
And it's funny because it came out of nowhere. Basically, I heard about it like 3 days ago.
okay.
And then they showed the trailer at Gamescon, and they had gameplay. Like, it's a playable
Whoa,
game. I was like,
alright.
holy shit. And the gameplay looked like a lot of fun. Like, yeah, the mech stuff he was talking about, you could do the hand thing, but they also had like a big-ass mech and like other things. They had like all these other elements in the game that all look very interesting. So, and it's an RPG.
Gamescom is the one in Germany or something.
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's the biggest one, but I'm just like, I didn't feel like there was a lot of shit that we already didn't know about that was announced, except for BioMutant and a couple of other things, but most of it are in Jurassic World Evolution.
Yes,
but-
Jurassic World Evolution, which is basically the Sim City with dinos. So basically, you build the park,
Yeah.
and if you don't maintain the park, they break out, eat people. Then you have to do response time and shit. There's one that I didn't know. This Dia NT. It's a Final Fantasy fighting game.
Wait, licensed by Final Fantasy or very similar to Final Fantasy?
No, this is a Final Fantasy fighting game.
Oh wow.
Where you have, I guess, a bravery meter, and then you have an HP meter. And you can't win unless you're doing
Like
both.
Tekken style fighting, like a fighting game fighting.
From what I read, it doesn't. It looks like some kind of like I want to say I think it's more like the Naruto games or the
okay.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
yeah, yeah.
games, more like that. But yeah, it's a fighting game. It's I can't tell if it's an exclusive, but it looks like it might be a PS4 exclusive.
Sounds dope.
There's a report on IGN, but it didn't show too much, but it did explain a lot, and it sounds weird to me.
If it's a PlayStation exclusive, then at PlayStation Expo at the end of the year, it'll definitely be something we'll hear way more about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's in December.
Well, I guess they showed like some more stuff with Need for Speed Payback, which is kind of cool because they debuted the BMW new M5, which is like 600 fucking ungodly horsepower
Wow.
in a sedan. So,
Is this the one that's going to be like Burnout?
Yeah, well, I mean,
they're all like Burnout.
yeah,
now.
they're all like.
But I mean, like with the mechanics of takedowns
Yes.
being
Yeah,
important.
they had them in the other ones.
So
Oh, I haven't played it in a
this
while.
is
Okay.
So what they debuted in one of the videos. So you are in like that. I forgot what's the name of the mode when you basically fuck everybody up and you try to
Takedown.
get there. Is it take that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a mode where you're kind of taking down people, but you have an objective. You need to steal a car
Oh, nice.
on the highway. So you need to take down everybody else before they get to the truck.
Yeah.
You get to the
That
truck.
sounds fun.
You get to the truck. You gotta kind of there's like a little cutscene, and then you steal the car, and then you gotta break out and then escape the police.
That sounds dope as fuck.
And I was like,
I'm
holy
down for
shit!
that.
They actually showed it's like kind of open worldish, which they've been doing for the last few Need for Speeds. Even Burnout Paradise was like that.
But
Yeah.
they need to bring Burnout back. They haven't had a Burnout since Paradise.
Yeah.
And I know that they got Criterion got brought out by
EA.
EA, the people that make Need for Speed, but still they need to bring back because Burnout. It was the thing that was fun about it was that it wasn't that realistic. You know what I mean? Neither is Need for Speed, but this one was more like they were totally fake cars.
Yep.
And it was fucking fun.
Well, it was vertical too. I mean, you would spend a lot of time flying through the air
Oh,
too,
yeah.
which I loved. You know.
Yeah, you could do tricks and shit. Fucking rotate your car. Fucking the best was driving through billboards.
Yep.
I love
and the
fucking doing
jumps,
that.
all of that shit.
And doing
fucking
like
dope.
getting points for like damage and shit like that, just
Yeah.
fucking up cars.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, this Burnout Payback looks like you get to do that. There's like a storyline where you're running from the cops, and there's like this clandestine like a car jacking racing circuit type thing. You got to kind of beat them. You get to change perspectives, which was pretty cool because like the chase scene that I saw, you start out in the Mustang GT. When you steal the other car, it's like a $2 million car. So you got to get that and like get it back in like fairly decent condition while escaping the cops, avoiding getting wrecked. So it looked fucking dope.
All right. I'm down for that. Do we know? None of these had release dates or whatever.
Oh, no. Payback is November 2nd?
Of this year?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So-
that's right around the corner.
Also, we got to see some space battles for fucking Battlefront 2, which is super fucking improved over the last Battlefront.
November 10th is the date for Need for
Oh, there we
Speed.
go.
Very
That
cool.
was November something. Yeah, the battles were fucking. Now they're objective based versus the last one. You just fly around, kill each other. You get one objective. Each team gets an objective over time. This one's different. This one, you have several objectives you need to complete in order to win the round. If you're like the rebels,
And they had like hero
ships.
ships too. Yeah. So like you have Slave 1, and then you have a Darth Maul ship that can like cloak.
Nice.
That was
Okay.
pretty dope.
Yeah, that was fucking dope.
Dude, Battlefront might be a sleeper big time
This might-
hit.
I mean,
it's looking pretty good.
If they have a solid single player, you know, I'll be down to do it again. But
Yeah,
like the first one is just, I'm sorry, you can't forcing somebody to pay $60, even though I got it for free. Thank you, Ninja. Force somebody to pay $60 for a game that's online only and not that much content when it comes out. Fuck you. Like
You gotta have
seriously.
content. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the difference between this one and like Overwatch had a ton of content, and they keep adding to it.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's all the content is free that
Yeah.
they're adding, and they released a full game at first.
Yeah.
with a shitload of characters, and they keep adding emotes. Like nobody will ever doubt a Blizzard game.
No.
you know, like ever.
No.
So
They're top notch, grade A.
Yeah, another thing, I guess in Battlefront 2, somebody leaked Kylo Ren's ship from Episode 8 in the game. So they weren't
Shut the
supposed
fuck
to show it.
up.
Yeah.
Someone gonna get killed by
Yeah.
Disney on that
So
bullshit.
there was like slight gameplay, not the gameplay that they showed at Gamescom, but someone else showed some shit. You can see, well, one of the hero ships is Kylo Ren's
R.I.P.
ship.
to that motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it looks way better, leaps and bounds better than the last Battlefront.
Good.
And I'm actually excited.
Because that came out, what, 2 years ago?
2015, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they've had time.
hey, we've been doing this podcast for a while, man.
Yeah, man. We have.
There's one game I saw which looked interesting. I thought it was a Switch exclusive, but it's not. It's called Fe or
Yeah.
Fe or whatever. Yeah, so it has like that
Iron?
feel. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What is it?
No, I
It's-
saw it too.
Yeah, it's like I want to say it's kind of like an animal version of Journey, because there's like
Oh,
singing.
fuck that game.
Well, it seems sort of like it's stylized, right? So it's kind of I want to say Okami because it's not like Okami, but it's like Ori. You play Ori?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like Ori.
Yeah, so there's no HUD or anything like that, but you can do attacks, but you basically learn other animals' languages by singing to them, and they sing back to you.
This sounds like some art house bullshit.
Yeah, but but it's like it looks like it's going to be some kind of AAA title. It's releasing
Sounds
across.
like no trophies to me.
Yeah, yeah, it's coming out on all the systems. So
right.
there's a trailer for it. I don't remember if I posted it or not. But
All right, and we already touched on Jurassic World Evolution.
we did, and then the Crew 2. There's some improvements on that. Looks like it's going to be bigger.
I've fallen off on that. I haven't played one of those in a minute.
Wait, do you own the Crew?
No.
The Crew 2 looks really good though because it's like everything. Like you get boats, planes, fucking cars,
You're
motorcycles.
able to switch from a car to a plane on the fly.
All right.
So should be
We'll come back because I do want to touch on Uncharted, but first and foremost,
Wait, 1 second. We had a question in the chat room,
Go ahead.
which is about one of our earlier segments. Your boy Blue's brother was asking. He said, "I know that it was a garbage movie, but Catwoman is it considered a hero movie or a villain movie?" So Catwoman's always been an anti-hero at this point. Yes, she's a villain, but she does things to help, usually like the poor and shit like that. And so she's kind of an anti-hero, especially now. Even then.
I'm gonna agree with you for now, but like when I go back and watch 60s Batman, she's with the villain side more so. I haven't gone back and read all old school Batman comics. I think there was a change with her to be more anti-hero that was successful.
Yeah.
But I feel like originally she had more, and she steals even in modern day, and stealing or whatever can make you a villain. But she's done villainous stuff outside of killing with the villains for a huge time period.
Well, that being said, though, it still kind of proves my point that movie does exist, But it was fucking awful.
Oh, it was-
like nobody watched that goddamn movie. I saw it on a fucking flight, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Holly Berry's is fine as fuck. That's why I said berries. But it's all right. But that movie was fucking awful. There was nothing saying that goddamn movie.
No,
You know?
neither with the shitty ass Electra one too, with Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah.
Awful.
In that one, she was basically a hero.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, another example with Electra. I want to go back a little bit. We'll come back to Uncharted, but Marvel had a new cartoon drop over the weekend. I think we touched upon DuckTales last week a little bit. This one
Was it America?
No, not America. This one was
Thank goodness.
Spidey, Marvel's Spider-Man. I dug this one a whole fucking lot. We're not gonna rehash Homecoming with its 9.85, but I feel like even though this has noticeable flaws from the original Peter Parker comic book, it got more right for me than Homecoming, and in 2 episodes. Hold on, I'm just saying, in 2 episodes, I enjoyed this immensely. Go ahead.
Kronos, how you feel about Dr. Octavius being a teenager?
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of fucked up.
I hear you. I hear you on that. I do.
What the same age as?
Basically,
That's fucked up.
Is he the same age, or is he like a teacher's
there's-
assistant? I know he's supposed to be older. I get you on
Yeah,
that.
well, if they're in the same school, I mean,
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah.
They changed some things. Here's
And who's his mentor kid that he's looking up to?
I don't know what was the name. I can't remember.
Oh
the name.
yeah, he's looking up some random ass person we've never heard of also as well.
Which,
rocking the same spider suit in Homecoming.
yeah, he is. But here's the thing. I mean, and I don't want to rehash Homecoming, but he has 2 suits in this. He makes them both, which I enjoy. Miles is in it, but he has not been bit by a spider. Obviously, Miles and Peter aren't supposed to be in high school either in the same universe and all that shit. And Miles is not another Spider-Man. They have Gwen Stacy. They have the Osborns in there. It's different, but I was surprised by how much I liked both the animation and the story itself for a brand new version of Spider-Man, which they've done in cartoon version as many times as they've done in the...
Flash Thompson's also a nerd.
He is?
Yeah, okay.
He is?
Okay, this isn't getting any better.
He is.
No,
But
we were
he's
roasting him for his hypocrisy.
He's barely in it, though. I really didn't even remember him being in it until you said something.
Still,
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. I'm not trying to backtrack here and be like, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it's surprising.
All the screaming and yelling that you were doing about a month ago for all these same things, now you're on here saying that you like it in animated form.
No, not all the same things. I already mentioned the stuff about the suit being good. I'll also mention that everything with both the Uncle Ben and Aunt May being really good in this.
where was Tony Stark?
Nowhere to be found.
All right.
Is there a Spider-Gwen, or is it just Gwen Stacy?
Gwen Stacy is in it. She's not on screen in the first 2 episodes. I think this is going to have probably like a 24 episode or 15, 16 episode first season. So it's super early on. But they have already mentioned both Gwen and you see Miles on screen.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. I mean, it's still early. I'm liking it, but well, I mean, like you said, if it's going to be like a 24 episode season, I mean, they got a long way to go. But so far, I mean, it's got my interest.
Yeah, I feel like this is the same thing, the same way I felt watching Iron Man Armored Adventures. Because Tony Stark's in high school in that. And then, like, Howard Stark's missing, and Tony's staying with Rhodey's mom.
Okay.
So it was kind of weird. They're all, him, Pepper, and Rhodey are all the same age, still in high school. But he has that whole Iron Fist thing where he has 51% of the shares of Stark Industries.
Well, here's what I'm appreciating. I've shit on some, rightly so, some Marvel cartoons in the past because they haven't put a whole lot of effort into it. This one does seem like they've put fucking effort into it, both the animation, music, the production, the voice acting. It seems like a solid fucking start. Not perfect. Totally didn't get everything right. I'm here with you on that, but it didn't anger me. It really didn't. And I don't think it angered anybody. I think most people generally liked it. Spidey fan, Stitch, was it shit?
Like I said before, it's 2 episodes in. I enjoy it so far. It's got 22 more episodes to go. So I mean, we'll see how it takes off.
All right. Uncharted Lost Legacy dropped yesterday. Big one from Naughty Dog. It's standalone, and some people are kind of putting it in that in-between category of It's $40. Is it DLC to Uncharted 4? Is it true standalone? How do you judge it? How do you rate it? In any event, I've played it. Not yet for Chronos, but Old Ninja has.
Yeah, I think I'm close to the end.
Well, what I like though is that even though because everybody thinks that it's in between, which is rightly so, they priced it as such. Mm-hmm. Right? It's cheaper, which is the way it should be. If you have a game that you know is not a long game or is missing features or whatever, don't price that shit at $60. You greedy fucks.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You need to fucking price it appropriately and make it cheaper than normal because you know that it's not going to give gamers the amount of time that a normal game would. Right. Like a normal AAA title would. Can
I say, in terms of something that's comparable, this is longer than the Left Behind DLC for The Last of Us, but I would say it's on par with, remember Infamous?
What's The Last of Us?
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
Remember Infamous had that DLC with the girl?
Yes, that was really good.
Yeah, really good.
First
Light. Light, and that one I think was about $15 or $20 at launch. This seems like comparable to that in terms of the length versus the regular game.
I don't know. This game, so far, is longer than I anticipated, but it feels weird because where I'm at in the game, you can tell this is after the events of Uncharted 4. So I was like, this feels like Uncharted 5, but no Nathan Drake.
Do you miss Nathan Drake instantly?
No, I do not.
Okay, because I'm polar fucking opposite. Initially, I felt like, and I liked Chloe in part 2 and her little bit in 3. I wanted to see her more in 4, and we didn't get her at all in 4.
Nothing.
I feel like Nathan Drake is very important. He is the star of Uncharted, obviously. Not having him, not controlling him, no Sully. Initially, the first few chapters were like, what the fuck? She moves similarly. And I wanted something a little bit more unique because obviously Nathan Drake is a fucking chimpanzee of a man. You know what I mean? In terms of his climbing ability and dodging and everything. I felt like it would have been awesome to see Chloe have a unique move set, different from Nathan Drake. Almost like in Witcher where you have a Geralt and whatever, the other Witcher girl.
I don't know. I would say the two biggest things that Chloe has, because you control Chloe as the main character, and Nadine from Uncharted 4 is your companion.
She riding bitch.
Yeah, but she is a bitch. She's fucking rude as fuck.
Yeah, she is.
But Chloe she's a better fighter than Nathan, and she has lockpicking skills.
She does have lockpicking skills. I like that aspect of things. You had a question?
Does she got pussy popping skills?
No.
Oh,
you know what?
she's
slim thick.
She is.
They worked on her fucking ass from like part 2 and 3 to this one. Much more junk in the fucking trunk for her. I like that. The other thing is, I didn't realize she was, I guess, half Indian.
Yeah,
did you get that
I did
from the
not
other
get
games?
that at
Well,
all.
she didn't seem like she was all. You're talking about she's the black chick, right?
No, not the black chick.
no,
The one
Chloe.
from part 2 and part 3, the brunette.
Oh yeah. She looked like she wasn't like all. Yeah.
I didn't know she was Indian or half Indian.
So
I guess
her mom is Indian. Her dad is British.
British, but she grew up in Australia.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you find out more. What I liked about this is I'm finding out more about characters I was interested in the Uncharted series, and we get to see a little bit about, because I don't know how far you are, so I don't want to give too much away, but you do find out a little bit more about what happened after the events of 4.
Okay.
And it's not as if I'm going to say this. It's not as if the Drake brothers and their adventures don't influence the story of this.
Yeah, they're mentioned outright even early on. The other thing, just to really quickly tell you, if you're on the fence about getting this, it does include a survival mode and multiplayer.
Yes.
I thought that was a nice touch because anybody bitching and complaining, I don't know how long it'll take you. It sounds like somewhere between 10 hours to 20 hours to complete the story. Right. Max, if you're really like one of those people that goes under every nook and cranny, 20. But to include multiplayer, two different multiplayer modes, I think that was a nice touch, especially for the $40 price tag.
Also, it's the mini open world area of the game, because it's a pretty big chunk, but it's not the entire game, where you're able to choose your missions at random. So you're in a sandbox area. You can pick wherever you want to go and complete that area, and come back and then go wherever else you want before you move on to the next subsequent chapters, which I think is a nice little takeaway from the other Uncharted, because you can't really do that before. In Part 4, there was like a slight open world, but you had one specific objective. This one, you have literally 4 main objectives, and there's actually side missions in that same area. And you can do them at any pace you want.
Yeah, so I mean, I love open world games, but I also love the storytelling of Uncharted, which is totally fine that it's linear. Like I think it works very well for that game to be linear because it's a story that they want to tell in a certain order. If they're straying from that, I guess I have to play it to kind of be okay with it, but I really don't know. But I definitely do like telling a story and like sticking to the story. Like you're gonna go here, you're gonna go there to tell us. Because it's basically like playing a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Which is why most of the ladies like to watch that game because it's like watching a fucking movie.
Yeah, and it's still that same feeling and cinematic storytelling is still there. It's pretty interesting because these two characters, they kind of kink shame each other a little bit. They have dick stories. Put it that way.
All right.
They have dicks.
They have dick stories.
Full on Fuda.
No, not full on footage. They have dick stories. They compare dick stories.
Trap.
Oh no.
So-
oh god.
I'm not done with it. Old Indy's not done with it. I know Kronos is gonna play it.
I'm gonna pick it up.
It looks like Stitch is too. I think we'll have reviews maybe in a week or two, like full reviews in terms of where we are. But so far, so good. It's worth the money in terms of my initial impression.
Yeah, for $40, definitely fucking worth it. Totally worth it.
Here we go.
Since we're all gonna we should squat up on that multiplayer.
I agree with that. I fucking agree.
All right, let's
you looking up over there?
Let's move on a little bit to some VR shit because you all know that me and your boy Blue have VR kits. I haven't played in a while, but I need to start. It's hard when you have a kid that crawls around. So, but Steam VR, which is HTC Vive, is owned by Steam, I believe, and they come out with new controllers, and it's called what do they call them? The Knuckles or some shit? They call them Knuckles. Yeah, Steam VR Knuckles, and they look pretty dope. Let me see if I can show a picture of it for you.
Fuck is that?
Something in the middle of his hand too. With the
Yeah. So
controller.
these are the prototype that we have here, and so I think this is a direct, I guess, answer. What's in this dude's pocket? What the fuck is that?
Could be a
Some
phone.
skull.
Looks like skull, but it
yeah.
looks like dip. You got redneck in there and shit. Dude's gonna miss his jaw next year. Anyway, so what it does is you put these things around your hands, and it kind of float in your hands, and you can use it. You can use the little center part as buttons and stuff, and you can. It's basically an answer to the the other one, not the Vive, but the fucking Rift. They got damn Rift controls, the Rift touch controllers, which are fucking dope.
Is this out right now?
It comes out pretty soon. So that's the prototype version, and let me see if I can find the other version. Give me the actual one that's out, because they actually look like they work pretty well. Here we go. This is a good one.
I gotta get my hands on it.
That's what she said.
So this is what should be the actual official
Real
version.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks very similar to the prototype. But yeah, it looks pretty cool because you won't have to worry about it falling off your hands. So it's kind of attached to your hands. Yeah. And you can let go and stuff like that. And it has like a whole bunch of sensors on it to know exactly where your fingers are. Okay. So that's gonna be pretty dope. I think it's gonna be more immersive for VR. VR is continuing to evolve, which it's going to. I think once people bring down the cost of haptic suits, man, you're gonna see people just drop off the fucking face of the planet, and it's gonna be kind of scary. It's gonna be close to the Singularity event, which could change the face of human history. So,
Zuck likes that. He wants it to happen. Fucking Zuck.
Zuck needs to listen to fucking Elon Musk. I'm just saying.
Fuck his ass up.
Yeah, no AI, no Skynet.
I think it's pretty cool being the. Okay, I think it's pretty cool being at the fucking top of the food chain. All right, if we fuck up and let AI take over, might not be at the top. I'm just saying, I don't want to be eaten or fucking disassembled or some shit by a goddamn machine. You know what I mean? Fuck that.
Not trying to be like what was the Matrix and end up being a battery. Nope.
Fuck all of that bullshit. All right. Yeah, so we showcase some of that. What about, do we want to do a little bit of Ask B then B and then we'll come back to some of the others?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Stitch, get in here.
Okay, Derek gives a question to us.
Oh wow. He sorry. Real quick. Matt just sent us a picture of Anna Diop as Starfire. It's kind of like a rendering, and it looks pretty good. So here you go.
Green eyes, orangish hue.
Oranges, yeah.
That could work.
Yeah.
Now I got a visual.
They got to give her the good hair.
Yeah.
She already had good hair. Well, she already straightened her hair. So.
Yeah.
Not that it's good. It's just straight.
Backtracking.
Well, somebody's gonna get fucking mad and shit. I thought you were my black girl magic. My girlfriend's white. What the fuck? I'm showing you all.
Damn. Hashtag white girls of the future. Yeah.
Get this question.
I'm just bullshitting, all right?
How much time do you dedicate to your individual opening intro from Derek?
Goddamn. Sometimes literally 2 seconds.
Yeah, I'm trying to go behind the scenes. Yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
It depends on what's going on in the week, too. So if
I
news
see like a
drops
funny
early
meme
on,
or something.
Yeah, funny meme or some crazy
See something good on
news
Twitter.
Or some Trump type shit.
That'd be my kink.
Yeah.
So I actually used to write them down in this book right here.
Oh, I remember
I
that
used to have a whole bunch of notes in this book that I'm holding up right now. I used to have 2 separate notes. I still do have 2 separate ones for separate shit, but I put down like ideas I have for intros, but I don't do it anymore. I need to though.
Yeah.
I need to do it again because sometimes I'll like think of something and I don't write it down and I'll fucking forget about it.
Damn.
And it pisses me off.
That is the
So
worst.
I'm gonna start using these notebooks again to write shit down.
Mr. Derek asked one more Ask B than BTI question. Ooh, this one fucked me up. If you fucked Cree Summers, sexy ass Cree Summers, what voice would you want her to use
Foxy.
while you hit it?
Foxy would probably be.
Foxy
yeah.
Love from Drawn Together.
Drawn Together is one of the most underrated cartoons of all time.
Yeah,
Seriously,
that was hilarious.
They pushed the line.
Adult
Like, they didn't
humor.
push. They jumped over the line.
You know what? That was basically Rick and Morty level before Rick and Morty in a lot of ways. He's got Foxy Love. Who you
Yeah,
got?
I would co-sign that.
What you got, Old Danger?
Elmira.
Damn, you went there.
That's
Damn, I was gonna say something like Penny from Inspector Gadget, but that's kind of wrong. all
That's
the way
kind of there,
around.
too.
But yeah, no, I just love Cree Summers, man. If you put that in front of me, whew.
She still looks great.
Yeah, 50 years old and shit. You know what? Her and Lisa Bonet, I know they don't have the same goddamn DNA, but holy fuck did they hold up.
Yeah, it's funny because they were on the same show together.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I first got introduced.
If y'all want to know how dank Drawn Together was, the character Foxy Love, who was played by Cree Summers, there's a scene of her jacking off, and it's like a montage, and one of the things that she uses to masturbate with was a fucking lightsaber.
Yep. She also,
I do
in that
remember that,
same
yeah, yeah.
scene, dips raw chicken into her pussy and fries it.
Yeah.
That got me.
It's fucking.
Oh,
Yeah.
Most people are listening to this probably like, what?
Yeah.
Like, probably even heard of this show, but it was a fucking great show.
It was on
was
Comedy
on
Central.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 2 seasons, I think.
Yeah, it was fucking good. Fucking dope ass shit. Whomst did have saw Dunkirk? What the fuck? It must be Old Ninja.
Yeah, it was me.
All right.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan.
Yeah, Chris Nolan, World War II epic movie. There's some weird stuff about this movie because this movie is not told in linear time. So when you're watching the movie, you're like, okay, these events are happening all around the same time. There's a point in the movie, like literally halfway through, when you realize that you're seeing 3 different timelines around the same day. So
Is Bane talk with a fucking mask on?
Yes.
Man in this? Okay.
the whole almost like literally you see Tom Hardy's face at the very beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie. That's pretty much it. Like, I understand what happened to these men was fucked up and terrible because they were trying to get home and they were kind of stuck on this little aisle and they were being attacked, but you almost never see the enemy. Like, all you do is you know that they're under attack and you hear gunshots sometimes, but there's like, you never see them. You never see them like charging. You never see them like, you know, hunkering down, you know, trying to like entrench them. Like, you knew that they're in danger, but you don't see the danger, which kind of like was off for me. There's a scene particularly where there's a ship that's beached and they're waiting for the tide to come in so they can take the ship back. So they point to a hill where they're like, the enemy could be there, but they show it and you don't see anything. I'm like, all right. So they get in the ship, then they start getting shot at.
How does this compare to like Saving Private Ryan and some other like Inglourious Basterds and some other famous recent World War II war movies?
It misses on a couple things for me.
You shitting on it?
Not shitting, but I think the way he tried to tell it with this non-linear fashion, he tries to inception the audience on a fucking World War II movie, which is like, it's unnecessary. You don't need to do that. Like,
You wanted more straightforward, like another World War II movie
there's two
that's
things.
straightforward.
I wanted to see 2 things. One, I wanted to see them in imminent danger. Like, I wanted to see them be like, you can tell that they're trying to get home and that there's enemy possibly everywhere, but you literally only see them being attacked from the air, and they're supposed to be surrounded on the ground, but you never see it. So I don't know, like, is the enemy hiding? Are they entrenching themselves? You don't get any of that. None of it. They do get shot at, but you don't see them shooting. You don't see the enemy. None of it.
Let's just say this. If that's historically accurate in terms of what really happened, and it probably is, wouldn't it be disrespectful to change that for the film?
No, there's no change. Just show me the enemy and, the imminent danger that these men are in. Because they're trying to get home.
Okay, you didn't feel the danger.
Yeah, I was missing. And then there's I don't know if this part of the story is true, but there's like a little side story. And it ends up involving like a shell-shocked soldier and like a civilian ship trying to save people. And like there's this little, skiff there. And I don't know if it's accurate or if it was just thrown in the movie for dramatic effect. If it's thrown in for dramatic effect, it was worthless. Damn. If it was true, it was unfortunate what happened, but I still felt it could have been shown in a different light.
Sounds like you didn't like it. What's your review? Or what's your number?
I give it a 6.
Damn. 6-0?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a low-ass one for Old Ninja. He's usually kind to these motherfucking movies.
Usually.
So apparently we were tripping. We have other BTI questions that we just didn't write down.
Okay.
Or at least I don't remember answering. These are from YouTube.
What did you got?
Mile High Blur had a couple for us
What was
that
it?
we did not answer, so I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, so did Dirty Stew.
Speak on it.
All right, so this is from Mile High Blurred, and he asked question. Actually, this is Mile High Blurred by way of James Gavsey, who's a great friend of the podcast. So James asked, question of the day: Who is the physically strongest superhero? Oh, Jesus Christ! I'm fucking this all up. Who has physically strongest superheroes or villains, Marvel or DC? My answer would be I would say Marvel, only because the Hulk has unlimited strength, and that's the way his character's written, and so him alone would probably be enough. But also we have other ones like Thanos is pretty strong. Hyperion is very strong. Galactus is actually he's strong, but he has no stamina, which is weird. Other ones like Silver Surfer is actually incredibly strong. They have other galactic beings that are incredibly strong. There's a few other ones too. Like there's Hulk villains that are incredibly strong. Like the guy with the not Annihilus. Actually, he's strong too.
Even Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Red Hulk is strong as fuck too.
All right, you going Marvel? What you going, Steve?
Yeah, I would probably go with Marvel as well. I'm not versed with all the DC, the depth of their super strong guys, but Marvel seems.
Well, the ones that pop up are like Superman, Darkseid, Doomsday, of course.
Wonder
Doomsday
Woman.
would be up there with the Hulk, but the problem with Doomsday is that for him to get stronger, he has to die, right? Hulk doesn't have to die.
Yeah,
I hear you. Old Ninja, jump in.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they might be evenly kind of matched because like the ones that Cronus mentioned, but there's also like Metallo, Brainiac, who could be extremely strong depending on which version you get. Like Wonder Woman, like you said. The one Mongol, he's another strong one. What's fucking Darkseid's like mutant looking son, the dude with the big ass forehead? I can't think of his name.
No, but he's not stronger than Darkseid though.
No, he's not, but he's still pretty fucking powerful. Who else? I guess some of the Green Lanterns could be considered to be strong as long as you don't break their will. Some of the Red Lanterns are pretty fucking.
Well, the Green Lanterns don't gain strength. They're using just.
They use their power, but there's some that are physically strong, like Kilowog. He's physically strong.
Yeah, but he's gonna take a beat down from Superman.
Definitely every day of the week, including Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, and the Gladiator from Marvel as well is strong as fuck.
Yeah,
true.
Juggernaut.
It's almost even. I give the slight, even though I love Marvel's big superheroes in terms of strength, like Thor and Hulk and everybody, but I'm thinking Lobo, I'm thinking Supes, I'm thinking Supergirl, I'm thinking Wonder Woman,
Wonder Girl.
I'm thinking of all the gods or god-like heroes that they have in DC that give, for me, off the top of my head, and this is a great question, I give it the slight fucking edge, even though all the ones you mentioned, Kronos, especially Cosmic, I'm going Marvel on a lot of those.
Well, oh yeah,
But yeah.
You know who's also strong is Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing's pretty physically fucking strong.
But he needs the green. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's around plants, he can fuck people up.
Yeah, but that's a big condition.
Oh, and
That's
then
a big
also
condition.
Solomon Grundy.
Grundy is a fucking,
Grundy's-
and Bizarro is a beast.
Yeah, Bizarro fucking just fuck shit up. So
And with the right venom, Bane, even though he's earthbound and he's a human,
Yeah,
you
he's
know,
still strong as fuck.
but he's a fucking hard ass character to beat. So yeah, I mean that's my initial reaction. That's a good question. That's a great question. That's an actual debate that
Yeah.
could go on for whiles.
yeah, we didn't catch on to that one. I don't think because we tried to get into some of the debates with James Gabsy. If y'all didn't know, if you follow James Gabsy on Twitter, just look up James Gabsy on Twitter.
he be hitting me with some good shit.
Yeah, he gives all these like really cool like comic book based questions, and you can get in a really lively debate on Twitter. It's also a really cool way to gain new Twitter followers if y'all didn't know. Just actually interacting with people.
Yep.
So just a quick tip. That's a great way to do it. Is if you're just talking passionately about whatever character. So we've had we went in deep on some good ones. Like there was one like who would win Venom, or that's the normal one that he does is who would win, and it was Venom and somebody else. Who the fuck
Was it Venom
was
and
it?
Bane?
Was Venom
No.
and Carnage.
No, it was Venom and I'm sorry, it was Bane and somebody. And I was like, Bane would win without even using Venom.
Folks sleep
People
on
were
Bane.
arguing. Yeah, it was just like I think maybe it was Bane and Kingpin. And I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
Bane
Bane
would win like hands down
every single
Yeah.
day. People sleep on him. Yeah, but then you know what? The Punisher, according to Marvel, is the strongest character in the fucking world. So.
Yeah, no shit.
Let's get to this other one.
All right, second one is from Mile High Blurred, and he was asking. Actually, this is Mile High Blurred again by way of Basso, who I don't know if we follow him or not.
All right.
So it says, who has better villains, Spider-Man or Batman? That's a good question. I'm gonna say Batman. So yeah,
It's so close. I've always said before, Spidey has for Marvel the absolute best rogues gallery in the entire world, and for DC, Batman has the best rogues gallery. I give the slight edge to Bruce, but
I just personally feel Spider-Man's villains are a little bit kind of scarier in terms of just horror.
let's summon him.
really,
Let's summon
like
him.
the
I just think it like if I were to run across like Carnage, I know I'm not getting out of that situation. Like I'm
Like as a normal human being.
yeah.
what if Scarecrow hit you with that gas, or you saw fucking
Joker even.
What he
He
did?
might cut your face off.
Fucking the crocodile guy.
Oh, Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
Croc, that's fucking
Yeah, well,
terrifying.
yeah, they could all kill him.
Clayface. You know?
Yeah.
I still think seeing Carnage. I mean, I would piss my pants with Venom, but I would hope Venom would just maybe
Bane.
leave me alone.
This gigantic fucking man.
Yeah, shit, Man-Bat would probably make me
Yeah,
piss
that's-
myself. He's pretty terrifying looking. Even though he's technically not supposed, he's like not supposed to be a villain, but once he changes, he can't control himself.
That's true.
What's his name? Dr. Nordstrom or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. If you may not know who he is, but Professor Pig, if you find
Oh,
him, he's
yeah.
cut you the
Fucked
fuck up.
He's fucked up.
You're getting chopped up like Saw. So
But you're right. Carnage is terrifying. What the? They need to bring Carnage back. Like, he's been gone for a long time. They don't give him no love anymore.
Agreed.
didn't
Agreed.
they have the Carnage Wars or whatever?
That was a while ago, though.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't
man,
seen him
that
in any recent comic.
I read something a little bit ago where him and Deadpool were going at, and that was really fun to read.
Yeah, but the Deadpool, like, almost all Deadpool comics are kind of just, like, contained within themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird to read
Yeah.
them.
Carnage is almost a global threat when he gets out of
Oh, yeah.
fucking control. So
Yeah, when he's shitting out kids.
yeah, so
So yeah, I'm gonna give the nod to Batman. I say Batman's rogues because I feel like his rogues are way more famous.
I blame some of that on Sony and Marvel, even though they've done a pretty good job with the Sinister Six and they've had a whole bunch of movies and some cartoons. The iconic Spidey villains need to be more dominant. You know?
Yeah, I think they seriously fucked up Green Goblin.
I'm tired.
Oh,
of
and
Green
from the
Goblin.
Raimi ones.
From the Raimi ones, and even the fucking Amazing Spider-Man. They fucked that up too because it was like I felt like they rehashed Harry again as fucking
They
Green
did.
Goblin, and I wanted to see the Hobgoblin, which they've had opportunity to do and they didn't fucking do it.
I'm tired of all goblins.
Well, yeah, the problem, well, not really a problem, just in this discussion, the problem with Spider-Man villains is that I feel that they don't measure up to Batman villains in the way of, like, how they fuck shit up. Like, Carnage fucked shit up in the 90s, but since then he's been kind of a no-show. Venom right now is kind of a hero, and they didn't do as much damage psychologically or even physically to Spider-Man as they did to Batman.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like Batman got physically broken, mentally broken. I think the Joker alone has really fucked him up, and then Bane really fucked him up. So
I hear you. I'm going to give one slight point to Spidey on a few things, though. I mean, the Gwen Stacy stuff with the goblins, that was fucked up. And I mean, that was devastating. They've revisited it a few times, like in the movies and whatnot, but yeah, it's hard. It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean,
Good villains all the way around.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I feel like Batman's rogues, the shit that they've done has been more famous, like Death in the Family, Barbara Gordon getting shot, a lot of people
and raped.
and raped, or
That's fucked up.
sexually assaulted.
Like, how the fuck are you gonna cripple somebody and then rape them?
Yeah. So those events, I feel like more people were able to point
Carnage
out.
do that?
Carnage is just all about killing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's just like,
And there's no talking Carnage out of killing.
was-
Like, he was gonna die.
it's pretty bad to shoot somebody, paralyze them, and then rape them.
And then try to psychologically make their parental unit go insane.
Yeah, when you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
You ain't getting raped. Well, if you do get raped, you're
You
dead.
can do it afterwards.
Yeah. You're cold.
So I
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Mysterio got Wolverine to kill all the X-Men.
Yeah,
This
he
is
did.
Yeah, we
he
killed
did.
basically we killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's more like milestones in the Batman villain lore than there are with Spider-Man. Because most people can point out, oh yeah, Robin died at one point, but then he came back, Barbara got shot. A lot of people may have a little trouble be like, well, Gwen Stacy died, but then that's kind of it.
That's a good question though, because I think Batman has the best rogues gallery in DC, and then Spider-Man has the best rogues gallery in Marvel, in my opinion.
Yep, oh, definitely.
So I really can't think of anybody that's even really close.
Nobody's fucking close. At least from a Marvel standpoint. Marvel and DC. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're the top cream of the motherfucking crop.
All right, let's go to we have one from Dirty Stew. Sorry, guys, that y'all gotta remind us. Look, Dirty Stew, My High Blood, if we don't answer your fucking questions, y'all, the guys that listen a lot, if
Hit
we
us
miss
up.
your question, hit us up, be like in the DMs, or even if in general, if you ask us a question and we didn't answer that shit the week that you asked us,
Yeah.
just fucking DM us on Twitter and
Yeah.
we'll answer your question.
Put us on blast, goddamn.
Yeah, we don't mind. So Dirty Stew's question was, what game has the best scenery?
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Wait, I thought we did that one.
Hey, we did do that one.
Did we?
That one. Yeah, we did that
I
one.
said Bioshock Infinite.
And I
Oh,
said,
okay.
Yeah,
My
I
bad.
said Battlefront.
I'm tripping then. All right.
Kronos, I think you said Destiny, and I don't remember what you said.
That's
probably-
right. Yes,
I probably
that's
said The
totally true.
Witcher.
Yeah, I missed that one. All right. Well, then that's it for
Good.
and BTI.
Fucking shit. Should we do some announcements about some upcoming stuff?
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say that we will be at, or at least I will be at, Crunchyroll Expo.
Oh, yeah.
But I will only be there for a few hours. All right, because I'm hosting a McGregor fight. That's gonna be later on in the day, so I'll only be there from like when I wake up from probably being drunk from Blue's wedding up until probably like around 2, maybe 3, because I got shit to do.
Yep. I'll probably be there all day on Saturday. This coming Saturday. God damn it. The days are fucking
blurring together.
Yeah, they're blurring together with the wedding and all this other stuff. It's down in Santa Clara. Crunchyroll has been advertising like a motherfucker. They got billboards all over every major freeway in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
It's all over online. Crunchyroll Expo, the first one. It's gonna be fucking dope. You're going, Old Ninja.
Yeah, I'll be going Saturday night, but I'm trying to see the fight too.
Not, but yeah, there's a lot going on.
Lot
that
going
day.
on this
Can I
weekend.
tell you a quick Crunchyroll story real quick?
Of course.
So I used to hate Crunchyroll.
God damn.
The reason why is because when I was overseas, I used to watch Naruto through a website called Datebeo, which is what Naruto says in the Japanese version, which is
Okay.
like there's no direct translation. It basically it's how you sound
it.
tough. I think I went over this before.
Yeah.
But yeah, Datebeo was free, and they basically got pushed out by Crunchyroll, and I was fucking pissed. I was like, God damn it, I don't want to pay. But now, you know what? For what they do, I don't mind paying a couple bucks a month. I think it's like I pay like $5 or $6 a month. Pretty much anybody can fucking afford that shit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And actually, technically, it's free. Like, if you want to pay, the only reason why you should pay for Crunchyroll is if you want to watch shit that's brand new. If you're
With
watching
no
old
ads.
shit, yeah, with no ads. If you're watching old shit, they're fucking free. It's great.
Yep.
So, but now I'm glad that they're big. I'm glad that them and Funimation merged to make a bigger company. They're another part of VRV, and which is kind of weird because even though they merged, I guess Sony bought Funimation, so I don't know what's going to happen with Crunchyroll and VRV.
I'm so curious on how that's going to develop because
Yeah.
we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, but I mean, we're huge anime fans if you listen to this podcast, and I'm happy that Crunchyroll is, first of all, local to us.
Yep, right in San Francisco.
Yeah, and then second of all, we can actually go to, they're putting on their own expo. So this is going to be great. I'm going to, bring the camera, take a bunch of pictures. I don't think Blue's going to make it, who's the better photographer, because he's probably going to be fucked up still,
Yeah.
so, or doing other marriage-related things.
Consummating.
Yeah. So he's not going to be worried about going to some fucking expo. But yeah, we'll be there. The rest of you guys, you're going, right?
I'm for sure going, yeah.
I'm pointing to
Goddamn.
Jesus Christ, Prodigy.
Forget my name? Goddamn.
I almost called you by your government name.
Oh, damn.
Stitch and Old Ninja, you guys going?
I'm going
think I'll be
Saturday,
able to now.
Okay.
but it'll
You're
be
not going?
before the
I don't think
fight.
I'll be able
So I'll probably be there maximum 2 hours.
Are you working or are you just busy?
I'll be trying to recover from sleep.
Well, you should probably go on Sunday then.
Yeah,
You're not working.
Sunday's open.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I could do something.
Bro, you got no excuse. It's fucking free.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
Okay,
yeah.
So,
Sunday
yeah.
could work.
And shout out to them for hooking us up to be able to go. I will say this, too. The
Talk
other
about
thing,
Food Wars.
Yes.
the other thing I'm looking forward to, Rooster Teeth is making a huge presence with a whole bunch of folks.
Which is weird because they run their own fucking expo.
Yeah, but still, they're running deep in this. It's going to be a whole bunch of Rooster Teeth folks up.
Rooster
in
Teeth is
there.
huge now because now they have the No, which kind of blew up. So that's got Mika Barton, who's my secret bae.
Yeah.
Mika Barton is it's pretty hot.
Yep. So
Okay.
I can't wait for it. It's going to be fucking dope.
Should be dope.
And then, God damn it, the very next weekend, San Francisco Comic-Con.
Yep.
We are going to have a fucking panel. We're going to dice it up a little bit, switch it up, talk about some diverse things that we love in the worlds of comics and geek shit. And that panel is at 7 o'clock in the Moscone, in the Sucker Free City, San Francisco. It's like room 300 something.
I think it's 3214 or something like that. I had it written down somewhere.
We'll put it out there one more again.
Yeah,
So.
we're on. If you get the fucking itinerary, we're on there.
Yes,
so you'll
we
see
are.
Black on Black Tales Infinity on there. So
And representing the other thing is, if you are listening to us and you come to that panel, talk to us afterwards.
yeah,
We are very fucking approachable.
Yes.
We are.
Except for Old Ninja. He
Even-
got
even though we're
restraining
black.
orders.
Don't approach me. Might get slapped.
Yeah, god damn it.
actually, yeah. I mean, the last panel that we did, like we talked for a while.
Yeah.
So with people,
We actually
My,
went over
my
twice.
favorite thing though was afterwards talking to people. That was just awesome, where people would just come up and be like, "Hey, I want to discuss a little bit more about that thing you said."
Or what's also cool is when people bring things that we didn't know about to our attention.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
That's always
We like
yeah,
recommendations.
people gave us suggestions, and we actually pay attention to your suggestions.
Hell the fuck yeah.
Like people actually, I have to read Lumberjanes because I bought the fucking comic because somebody brought it up last time. I bought the trade, but I haven't read it yet. But there was other comics that I definitely did read that people suggested.
I've heard good things about that one. It's on my list as well.
Yeah.
So good fucking shit. A lot going on. The other one, and I think we could actually touch upon it a little bit. DC's doing a major event. Did you read Dark Metal?
Yes, I did. Talking about the one from last week, right?
Yeah, Dark Metal.
Well,
from last year.
I read the lead ups
me too.
and the actual official comic. So
This, I was kind of on the fence. I was saying, I think in our chat, this is either going to be a great DC event or it's going to be one of the worst DC events. I'm pleasantly surprised, at least so far.
well, I think they're setting up Batman to be a villain,
yeah,
which is very interesting. So I'm really interested, especially the fact that he's going down this path, even though people are warning him that this basically might make you the bad guy.
Yep.
And he doesn't really give a fuck.
And we have brand new bad guys from a other dark dimension coming up in this world, which I love too. I mean, new villains are always fun.
Yeah.
as long as they're done right. Because when Hush came out, he wasn't received too well.
Hush grew on me. I can
A
get
lot of
Hush.
people were not feeling Hush.
Yeah, I hear you. But this is going to be a whole, I would say, a good 6 or 7 brand new evil villains that are from another dark dimension.
Well, yeah, they're showing like the if I probably pull out
How they look or whatever. They're kind of like their outline and detail.
Shit, Cronus just pulled out a brick of books.
This is actually my pull for this week was only like $50.
Nice.
That's been the cheapest in like probably 2 months.
There you go. A little less than normal. You took out America from your fucking pool.
Yeah, fuck me. I need to take out. Well, maybe I could catch up on it, but Batgirl, it's in here too. But it wasn't really a huge fan. for the first few.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can. Actually, it might be in background. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah. Okay. The other one in terms of and he's pulling it out, but the other one in terms of big comic news, it was kind of interesting and buzzing around from a couple weeks back, and I don't know if we touched upon it or not. Batman being a metahuman. Yeah. And I know we don't have Blue. Blue would be flipping over this fucking table
I
right
thought we
now.
did talk about it. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I don't remember
so.
talking about it, but I think it's weird.
I think it's a bad look.
I think it's a weird, really weird thing to do. Is he a vampire or some shit? What's his fucking power?
Well, I think it's weird that he takes so much damage and survives.
That's always been the case.
He got his fucking back broken.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was fine.
He just had to hang for a while.
Yeah.
Couldn't find that one comic.
No, I'm trying to find the actual like picture that you're talking about, where it has like all the people in the background.
Oh, okay. I thought it was at the end of Dark Metal.
Well, I can pull out Dark Metal, but it's in like it's in my drawers. Not my underwear, y'all. I have actual comic drawers.
Oh,
Draws.
God damn. Draws.
You're looking at a Batman Beyond right now. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to say, we're going to have to get to them thrones before Stitch blows up.
Okay.
They were Stitch.
Stitch, set us up on them throws. I almost forgot
Oh,
about
them
this
thrones. So we last left the Suicide Squad marching in the snow on the mission of stupidity to try to capture the White Walker.
shit. Yes.
And bring it to the non-listening bitch, Cersei.
Yes.
God damn.
To try to get her to listen. Flawed plan in so many ways.
Yes.
So our Suicide Squad's marching along.
Through the snow.
Through the snow. And Ice Bear comes. Zombie Ice Bear comes.
Yeah. Giant zombie ice bear. Don't forget that part.
Yeah. Comes through, starts mauling and fucking shit up like the Revenant.
Damn.
Go to town. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people like really, really upset with this Game of Thrones because there was a lot of, I guess, plot holes and stuff going on with...
There are, and I ignored them. They are very obvious.
Yes.
Like, how the fuck did Jon Snow get around so goddamn fast?
Yeah, there's a lot going on that doesn't make any fucking sense, but I guess maybe they're just trying to wrap up this long, epic story of Game of Thrones in the next, I guess there's 8 episodes left
So
in the entire
there's one
season.
more episode.
There's one more this season, and then I guess 7 for the next
Season.
season,
Yeah.
and then there's going to be done. So they encounter the White Walkers, and there's a standoff going on, and I forget what happens at
Hold
first.
on, yeah, rewind a little bit.
Okay.
So they were hunting for a White Walker.
Yeah.
And so they found like a group of them, maybe like less than 20.
Yeah.
And so they decided to capture one of them.
They're
and
early
so,
scouts.
Yeah. And so well, actually, I don't know if they were scouts or what, because there was like a leader with them.
Yes.
And so they're fighting the White Walkers, and Jon Snow is fighting one of the head guys.
Yeah.
And he kills them, and all of a sudden, all of them except for one, like, just shatters.
Yeah.
And so...
Which confused me.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that one belonged to somebody else.
Okay.
It's probably for tactics, because if you have one from another group, they wouldn't die if the head guy died, so they could warn the other guys.
But they
That's what
also
he did.
discussed this on the actual episode about this is probably the white that turned the other ones. So you kill that one, his surrogates die.
Yeah, but that was just explaining why the one would be in the other group.
Yeah.
It's just for redundancy, in case they got wiped out.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, go ahead. Now you can go.
Yeah. So then we get the standoff. The big army platoon comes, and they're
Well, the standoff was on a lake.
on a lake.
That's the reason why there was a standoff. 'Cause
Yeah.
The White Walkers, there were so many of them that they walked on the lake, they would go into the lake. And
Yeah. So there's a standoff, and they're
Frozen lake.
completely surrounded and everything. They were trying to have a peaceful protest, and one of those motherfuckers threw a rock.
A car comes out of nowhere. Wait, hold on. You fucked up again. You're not telling like enough of the backstory. Like, okay, so they got to the standoff, but they also told the fucking armor guy to go run to tell Daenerys. To
Oh,
help.
I forgot about
That's-
Usain Bolt. I forgot
That's
about him.
important.
Yeah, I forgot about that massive plot all day. So they sent Mr. Sledgehammer,
Baratheon,
say, hey, go back to the wall and let him know what's going on. So he takes off.
Send a raven to Daenerys.
Yeah.
which is a plot hole.
You the
He
fastest.
sends.
Yeah.
He requests Daenerys through Amazon Prime to arrive. Say we need help. Send a raven, and fucking boom. Well, before the raven arrives back with the package from Amazon. They're surrounded. They throw a rock. and one of the zombies sort of gets knocked out or gets his face knocked off.
Yeah.
Picks up another rock and throws it. It hits the ice. And they just look down on it like, oh shit, we can walk on this, I guess now.
Now, yeah, because it was frozen enough.
Yeah, and then all hell breaks loose again.
Yeah, that was a pretty fun like fight.
For the very first time in this episode, just real quick, I finally respected the motherfuckers that were always the guy who revives himself with the Lord of Light.
Oh yeah, with the
fucking
fire
flame-
sword.
The flame sword is legit as fuck.
He just lights it with his hand.
Yeah,
He lights it with his hand, and he can do it on command, and that shit, and he's swinging it for the fences. I
Yeah.
loved everything about
That
the flame
was
sword.
that was
Fucks
pretty
it up.
fucking dope. It's cool because he sticks it in the snow and then it like goes out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
The flame sword was my shit.
Yeah, that was.
and
shit.
that's what helped with the bear too.
He looked like a one-eyed Jedi.
Yeah,
It's fucking
Well, I
dope.
thought the bear was killed with the obsidian dagger.
it was. I was
Okay.
just saying it helped.
Eventually,
It just
yeah.
helped. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're getting mauled. They're holding their own for the first couple waves and everything on endurance mode. but then they're starting to get their asses whooped. Brianna Tarr's man gets thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, there goes Tormund.
he was getting
There
sucked
goes
into
Tormund
freezing water and magically, well, he got helped out
by
and
the Hound, who's
yeah.
freaked out by fire.
Hound's freaked out by fire next to the guy who can light fire with his hand and shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Just fucking all kinds of craziness. And so
Oh,
once,
also, sorry, the guy that can revive the
Solaris.
Yeah, he died in his sleep. It's just
Yeah.
fucking awful.
Yeah.
He died frozen.
Yeah, he got fucked. That bear fucked him up.
Yeah.
he
Oh, yeah,
was bleeding
dude.
everywhere.
Yeah.
then then F-16 comes, makes it fucking bomber runs. It
She
starts.
brought all three.
Yeah,
I called what was going to happen. Like, before it happened, I literally called both things to happen.
so they're doing their bombing circles, and fucking Dan Jensen of if you remember Dan and Dave from the Olympics,
Yes.
with the decathlons.
No, surface to air missile.
Yeah, he pulls out the javelin and everything, lines that bitch up.
Well, real quick, the dragon, as we all thought would be the case,
Yeah.
destroys all of the fucking White Walkers with flame. Like
Most, not all.
Yeah, not
well,
all.
everything. Every time the flame of the dragon touches
Yeah.
a White Walker, they're destroyed.
They
So
were, yeah,
it's
they
not like
exploded.
they can't survive
Yeah.
the flames.
It was
of the dragon.
essentially they were spraying raid on the fucking ant trails and shit on the fucking ant hill
Yeah.
and shit. They were just fucking croaking over and shit.
Yeah.
So King of the Night. We're gonna have to go back to this and we're gonna have to rank him on all-time villains. 'cause
He's moving
He's
up.
doing some epic
He's
fucking
moving up,
badass shit.
0 words, but moving up my
Zero
list.
words. No fucking sweats.
No.
Balls of steel, ice water in his veins, like he's about to shoot this game-winning free throw.
He didn't even warm up.
He was like, "Hold my fucking
Yeah,
coat."
hold my beer.
Yeah, surface to air.
No,
Yeah.
he was like, fetch my Timbs.
Yeah.
I'm about to fuck this dragon.
Yeah. He's just chilling, and he fucking lines that bitch up. And at first, because from his point of view, it looks like he was going to line up Drogon. Because Drogon was sort of in his sight, and the other one was sort of weaving back and forth. So he lines that bitch up, and he fires a fucking missile, like some Tom Brady type shit.
Some surface to air.
Yeah,
Fucking
and
ice
fucking
javelin.
strikes it. Kapow! And that thing just fucking, I don't know what it was doing
Well, no.
internally to it.
Well, it's because it was about to spew more fire.
Yeah, and it
so it
blew
was
up.
like warming up to blow fire, and that's why it blew up like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
All
thing just
inside.
fucking went into him like fucking. Well, it didn't go into his mouth. It just
No, it hit him in the
penetrated.
torso.
Okay, yeah. And that thing went down like
Hard.
Into the lake.
into
Yeah.
the lake.
And right-
like
okay.
that fighter jet. I mean, like that jumbo jet we never found a couple years ago.
So as this was happening, literally when he got off his horse and he was looking at him, I was like, you can ask K-Mac this. I was like, he's going to hit him with a fucking, with a javelin. And then as soon as he did it, I was like, that dragon's become an axe dragon. You
Yep.
can ask her, I'm not
Oh yeah.
bullshitting.
No, as soon as I went down, I was like, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lilo was like, huh? I was like, they're fucked. I just kept shaking my head. I was like, oh god.
Because
please
we
no.
had just 20 minutes earlier seen the polar bear that was obviously a dead animal.
We know
run
that
by
animals
the-
can be
Yeah.
brought into the White Army and shit. So fucking, it goes down.
I think it's funny how they spelled white. So I watch it with subtitles on.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
it's
okay.
not spelled white. It's in like the color.
It's WIGHT.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when you read like art, when I read usually reviews after I've seen it, and they spell it white that way, and I was like, what the fuck? And I
Alright.
think it has to do with the free children, the first
Interesting.
The Forest Children.
Because I was thinking about buying the Night King Funko Pop thing,
Oh,
and I think it
that's
says
cool.
I think it's spelled like regular WHITE, but I could be
it
wrong.
should
I might
be.
not have noticed,
They may have fucked it up.
but yeah.
But he throws it. Dragon.
Well, he's just
Dragon
called the
goes
Night
down.
King, so White Walker would be on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dragon goes down, boom, into the lake, not to be seen again. Like I said, like that Malaysia flight back
God
a
dang.
couple years ago, and they decide, all right, board ship and get the fuck out. And I'm yelling, retreat, retreat.
Time to go.
Yeah. Now this is where I got confused because at this point I was on Facebook screaming no.
Yeah. I was like, so I see this.
And then I look up and I was like, wait a minute, Jon Snow didn't get on the plane?
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so the Night King does not say White Walker on there,
Okay.
but there is a White Walker Funko Pop, and they do spell it WHITE. So yeah, they're incorrect.
Interesting. But yeah, I might get that Night King one because that's scary as fuck. I'm having nightmares of that dude.
Yeah,
But
it's all bad.
Jon Snow ain't on.
Jon Snow ain't board the motherfucking plane. Jon Snow ain't boarding shit. Why is he missing flights in fucking planes?
He's trying to clear the runway.
shit. Nah, you need
Trying
to
to clear the runway.
He needs to get on the plane and go.
Not enough runway.
Doing too much. And so I guess I looked up and I was screaming no. And Lilo was yelling at me saying, get off my phone. And I look up and Jon Snow's, I guess he got knocked underwater or something.
Yeah, he got dragged. He got
Yeah.
dragged under.
Now, where I was confused, and I saw some people point this out on Twitter and make articles about it, and then I saw the directors kind of squash it, but the eye on his sword is opaque when he's under the water, but then right before he pops up, it goes black. Like it opens.
Oh, you're talking about on his sword?
On his sword, yeah.
I saw it too.
And it was a
messed up.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "Well, what the fuck is that?" And then I guess the directors like tried to downplay it and say like it's not anything.
Okay.
But then it made me think that like Bran could somehow see what the fuck was going on because it was that same like how his eyes glaze over when he was
Yeah.
like taking over like a raven.
That's
so,
weird. Okay.
Yeah, so that was really weird.
Possibly.
So then he wakes up and what's it called? The guy on the horse.
That's his uncle.
Oh, this uncle. Uncle
I don't remember his name.
Uncle B or something.
Yeah, Uncle.
The guy that's half
Yeah.
White Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He rolls through on the Black Stallion and starts whipping his chain with the ball and knocking off
It's
heads.
fucking frankincense.
Yeah. Grabs Jon
Frankincense
Snow.
and
Yeah. Grabs Jon Snow. It's like, let's roll out. And they hop on Secretariat and head off.
Not they, just
Well,
John.
yeah, just John. Hops on Secretariat and heads back to the wall
Yeah.
and everything.
Oh, Benjen.
Benjen,
there you
yeah,
go.
that's
Thank you,
right.
Matt.
Uncle B.
Yeah. Daenerys is shook. The dragons are shook, but I only saw one dragon. I think the other dragon was so shook it flew off somewhere else. And had to go be alone.
Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta get some cigarettes.
Yeah.
So you see Drogon is the one patrolling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Drogon freaking out.
Yeah.
Drogon
Yeah.
like, my mama done fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daenerys
I mean-
freaking. Everyone's freaking out. They don't know. They're shook. They're fucked.
Yeah.
What plan? And all because they made that dumbass trade to try to get a fucking White Walker, and they got ripped off in Deal of the Century.
Yep.
Like some motherfucking Pau Gasol Memphis Lakers trade.
Well,
Trade a dead ass White Walker
For
fucking
several
Foot
dudes.
Clan member for a goddamn dragon.
Well, this is the problem. This is a serious plot hole, which I'm trying to ignore. But I don't see any way that Cersei, even seeing a White Walker, would be like, "That's not my problem."
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Like that's not her problem
I
right
see
now.
her-
She's gonna be
I've
like,
seen
must
her-
suck, y'all are so far up north.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have more bend the knee.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna be that fucking line.
I,
again.
just, I don't see like it would be more appropriate that Daenerys just kill Cersei and all the Lannisters in like one foul swoop and then takes over the Lannister army. That would make more sense.
Except for
Yeah.
her right hand. As a Lannister, you know,
Yeah.
tyrant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was saying last week or whatnot. If they drop off a White Walker, there's very few on Cersei's side that has a weapon that could take it down, because it'll just run through a bunch of them. So
since-
then it'll
But
be her
she
problem.
still wouldn't give a fuck.
Is the White
Yeah,
Walker even alive, or they knocked it on? Because
No, they stabbed it on one of Drogon's
on one of his spines.
yeah, one of
Oh.
his spines.
Okay,
So,
and do we even know how White Walkers even handle in the sun?
Yeah,
anytime
that's a
we-
problem too.
Well, I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, do they explode in the sun? I have no
Yeah,
idea.
because they've just been chilling in fucking frost cold. He could melt by the time he gets back to
He
fucking.
might explode.
We don't know.
We
Like
don't
bring
know.
an ice cube to fucking Phoenix.
Yeah, see, it's a real fucking shaky like thing. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah.
why would Cersei give a fuck?
How about this? Khaleesi jumping on over for Jon to play rescue, not giving a single fuck about Grey Worm. Grey Worm been out in the fucking wind on a solo. You know,
Well, she just doesn't know where he is.
I thought she did know that they were trapped over.
No, she doesn't know they're trapped.
But she knows where she sent them.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know what happened to them.
Yeah, as
She has
far
no
as she's
idea.
concerned, they're dead.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You think she?
She probably
Well,
No,
she's-
they know
coming back.
they know they took it over.
But he's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I see him in the previews. I'm just saying, it seems like to confirm either that army is truly gone.
She could have took a dragon.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's her road dog,
Yeah.
more so than John. But
Yeah,
is
she's
what it
about
is.
that incest life.
Yeah,
she's trying to.
we definitely are into some Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa territory there.
And this is where it's going to get heated now, because Queen Assassin Arya,
Here we
fucking
go.
I do not like this.
putting Sansa in her place again,
Loving it.
letting her know what's up, saying, "Listen, motherfucker, we are Team Wolf. It's about these wolves. I see what you're trying to do." Being all flaky and shit when you're supposed to be ride or dying for the team.
She's right.
She's actually out here snitching.
She's right about Sansa.
Yeah.
I'm not debating her right or wrongness. It's just such a drastic departure from what I love about Arya for all these years, and it just seems petty and not about her main point, which is her list of fucking motherfuckers that need to die.
I disagree completely.
Go ahead.
So, what is it that Arya sees as a potential threat?
The Lannisters,
And
Littlefinger, maybe.
so I'm pretty sure Littlefinger's on her list. So,
She hasn't talked about it, but
She
you can
hasn't
see
talked about
on
it,
her,
but he's right
in her
there.
eyes. You can see she'd rated fucking.
so what is it that she learned from the man with no name or the man with many faces?
a bazillion things.
Yeah.
Exactly. But she learned how to do spy shit pretty much.
Yes,
how
she
to
did.
do secrecy.
She's a
What is
ninja.
it that Littlefinger excels at?
Some covert operations and spy shit. I
Pretty
get
much
you.
the same thing. So, in order to pretty much undermine Littlefinger, wouldn't it be best that she beats him at his own game and expose him for what he is?
No,
I feel
put
like-
on motherfucking face like your Sansa. Go into his
Yeah.
room, say, "All right, I want to fuck," and then stab him in his neck.
Yeah.
and then roll out, and then
But she has to kill Sansa.
That's the Arya I know, and we all know and love.
That's she'd have to kill Sansa to do that. She takes the faces of people she.
She could do it with a whole lot of people who could get close to.
Who's close to Littlefinger besides Sansa?
Not
no.
I'm saying she could get into the same room with him and kill him.
Yeah,
she's
but
had
then-
the opportunity.
But then
to,
it would
if she
just
really wanted
be
to.
her just killing someone versus exposed. The best thing to do with Littlefinger is to expose what he is and what he's done.
That is not
No.
how Arya works.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
But she's a spy. She's doing spy shit.
No. She's a killer.
She's more of an assassin than a
Yeah.
spy.
yeah. But she goes if she just goes runs up and kills fucking Littlefinger, then there's gonna be whole kinds of problems. Which is why she hasn't gone fucking full Deathstroke mode yet, because she understands that the situation requires a little bit of delicacy because you have all these united armies together
The
in one
United
room.
North.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like she's laying a trap for Littlefinger.
Well, yeah, I
using
think
her sister.
I think the only reason why she hasn't killed him yet is because she's trying to figure out who else he's tied with, and she's gonna murder all them too, like she did with the Freys. She murdered every single Frey at one meal. Every single last one of them.
Yep.
One meal. Done and done. What has Sansa done? She hasn't done shit to avenge her family. Not one fucking thing.
Which
True.
Arya stated. So I
And
think
called her out because said Lady Mormont wouldn't have had been down with that shit that you.
And she would not.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah.
well we don't know.
I'm with that.
We don't really know Littlefinger's endgame, and I think Arya doesn't. But I think she's using her sister to find out what it is, and then be able to take him out.
Littlefinger's trying to get to the throne somehow. That's his
Well,
goal.
And in Sansa's
Yeah.
fine ass panties. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
She got way better looking. Like,
Oh,
am I
yeah.
tripping or
Oh,
like
she's
between?
fine as
she's
fuck.
older.
Even
She's
between
legal now.
even between season 6 and 7, like this is
His
she's bad.
titties are plump as fuck.
Yeah,
God dang.
she fertile.
Holy shit! God dang.
Yeah, this is another great one. I can't wait for the finale.
That makes me a little bit nervous because in the preview you see them all sitting there. Obviously,
Yeah,
this
King's
this
Landing.
dumbass fucking plan sort of worked because
Yeah.
Cersei is even meeting with these fucking clowns.
Yep.
And being in the same room with them, which makes no fucking sense.
Or a big ass fucking trap like she's been known to lay.
Yeah.
You know?
Proof.
I guess we'll see. I mean,
Because all of her enemies are going to be same place at the same time.
Cersei don't give a fuck.
And all she has to do is unleash the mountain.
with the mountain gonna punch that dragon?
Well, if the mountain manages to kill either Daenerys or Jon, that still undermines a lot of their power.
Honestly, I think Arya could kill the mountain.
Really?
I believe it.
Yeah.
With a sneak attack, I believe it.
Well, no, you saw she fucked up Brienne.
She did.
Not even really trying.
She did. I just wasn't that a training sword for
It
her?
was.
No,
It was.
no, she
No, that's
defied
her.
physics.
Oh, yeah, she used needle.
She defied physics with that fucking fight. There's no
Yeah.
way a mass that much could stop. With a little ass needle, you can't stop a fucking sword like that.
Yeah, I hear you. And she's so small. She's only like 5 feet. You
Yeah.
know.
So, I don't know. I'm interested to see how this thing with Littlefinger plays out. I'm pretty sure Arya will kill him, but I think she wants to expose his plan first.
All right.
Or
Yeah.
the worst thing for him is to be exposed. So
Yeah,
who
where's
knows?
Squid Boy at?
You know, we
Oh,
do
you
need
know-
more Squid Boy.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not that
Euron.
bitch. Yeah, King Squid.
Euron.
Yeah, Euron, King
Yeah,
Squid.
not
He's supposed to be
Cockless.
smashing on
You meant
fucking
Cockless
Cersei.
versus Euron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't know.
We'll probably see him next week. It's because we have to. He's with Grey Worm or around Grey Worm.
Something like that.
I heard it's like 80 minutes.
Oh, good. I'm down.
it's like
This
a- like a
last
movie,
episode was
yeah.
like 80 fucking minutes.
No, it was an hour and 24 minutes.
Shit.
All right.
Is that 80 minutes?
That's
about
Yeah,
84
that's 84 minutes.
I was like,
Wait a minute.
I was like, wait, 60 plus 2.
you didn't hear that shit.
Nah.
We're going to edit this shit out.
Let's round it up. Stitch, what you got popping? We talked a little bit already about some of the things going on this weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty crazy weekend. Obviously, Blue's wedding we're all going to. That's gonna be fun and exciting. I won't be there for the ceremony. I'll be getting off work, so I will have to catch the in part and everything. But I'll be hyped, ready to go party.
It's all good that you can't make the ceremony because not everybody can even be in the ceremony. Actually, we might have a problem with the ceremony.
San Francisco is about
on
to.
wax, or
huh?
are we putting that on wax?
Yeah, because it's kind of a publicly known thing. Cause
Okay.
goddamn neo-Nazis are supposed to have like a fucking rally on Saturday, and that could mess up Blue's wedding plans on Friday. So,
Yeah.
but
Well,
he's got backup plans. So it's
There
all
you go.
good.
So hopefully everything works out good with that. I actually did try ramen today. Ramen was really good. Went bare chested.
Damn.
Shit was good. I didn't even know what I was ordering. I was like, I talked with the lady and she pointed out. I was like, yeah, I'll go with that. She's like, that's the most popular. I was like, all right.
Give me phone number 9.
I was like, with no egg. And she brought it out to me. And I was like, all right, here we go. Let me see. And it's got all kinds of crazy shit in it, like fucking green onions and fucking noodles and piece of meat and shit.
We know because most people have had ramen. Go ahead.
I got that fucking little fucking Asian spoon thing and sipped
The
it.
Asian spoon thing.
That shit was fire, motherfucker. That shit was so rich and so good. My eyes lit up. And I was like, I was like, ah! Fucking ripped the shirt off. I'm about to go home and kick all that fucking top ramen shit. I'm about to just give it to the birds tomorrow.
Let me ask you a fucking question because this is generally only a question you can ask in like certain parts of the United States. What is better, pho or ramen?
I've never had pho.
Oh, what?
Shit. Are you serious?
I don't know the difference between the two.
You're fucking
One's Vietnamese. Okay, yeah. But I would know if you put two bowls of it. Oh,
Well, you
they
would-
both have ramen in it, right?
No.
That's,
the
there you
fuck?
go.
Yeah, no.
Let's take them to some spots.
they both have noodles in them.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put pho. We'll have a separate pho day.
Yeah, it's Asian soup day.
Yeah.
Ramen is shit. Team ramen.
Team.
Go ahead.
All right, old ninja. What you got?
I'll be playing some more Uncharted Lost Legacy. Try to finish that probably maybe tonight. We'll see. Definitely going to Blues Nuptials and then trying to see the fight, doing the Crunchyroll Expo. It's going to be a busy weekend. Catching up on Rick and Morty because that shit's got me, its tentacles in me. That's pretty much it.
That's gross, but all right.
Yeah.
Deep inside. Kronos, what you got?
So I'm the best motherfucking man at the wedding for Blue. So it's gonna be great. I still got to type up my my speech because he asked me to type it up. I told him I had it in my fucking head, but he's like, type it up, god damn it.
Why are you making you type it up?
He's like, I can't trust your black ass. I'm like, all right.
Make him
whatever,
sweat.
man.
Just give him random shit.
Yeah.
Like type in like wingdings or something.
All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type up this long thing, and then I'm just gonna talk about shit I see in the room.
Yes.
It's
Freestyle that whole
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, you gotta make
fucking-
it some crazy manifesto kind of no off topic shit.
Yeah, no
Make
shit.
it like a Riddler thing. Be like, here you go, Batman, figure this out.
I've poisoned one of you. But no, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Crunchyroll Expo. But actually, the whole weekend, I'm most looking forward to seeing my best friend get married. Finally. And so I want to say more, but I'm saving it for the speech because Blue's awesome, and I'll talk more about it next week.
There we go.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll be able to speak as well about his thoughts about getting married for the first and only time. I'm doing the same goddamn shit, but I'm going to go hard as fuck at Crunchyroll Expo as well. Hopefully get some a quick hug from one of the Crunchyroll.
See some waifus. I saw people
Yeah,
were talking
Crunchyroll
shit about
waifus.
Momo-kun.
Cosplay is not consent.
She could hug me. I mean, come on now. I consent to a hug. What's wrong with that?
I know where your brain is going.
You don't know me. Kink shame me.
I know you.
Don't kink shame me at the end of the show.
Oh, damn.
Damn. All right, but yeah, shout out to everybody listening live. We love y'all in the base.
That we do. We love most of our listeners.
Yeah, most of them.
We had some guy in there earlier today that was just like talking shit on our videos.
Some of y'all are cunts, but most of y'all are
Yeah,
cunts.
most of y'all are.
All right.
I
Check
think
us
some
out.
people hate listening to us.
Yeah, yeah, that's
It's all
fine.
good. Still listen.
Hey,
Yeah,
listens are still numbers.
Try not to hate FAP when you listen to us, though.
They
that's
can
kinda
fap to my
gross.
voice.
As long as you listen, though, just give us the numbers.
All right, check
Watch
us out
some
on
videos, too.
Twitter at BeThenBTI. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/BeThenBTI. We have an Instagram account, BeThenBTI. You can type in Black and Black times Infinity. You'll find us there.
There's a real quick. There's a Facebook Blacker Than Black nerd group that is not us.
Yes, that is
I'm gonna have
true.
to roll up on them like Suge Knight.
Yeah, we may have to debo them for that group. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts. Rate us 5 stars every time, or else we will find you. What else we got? I think. BenHatProductions.com/Black and Black times Infinity, or BeThenBTI. There we go.
Skeetums.
John Jones, you done fucked up. Doing steroids and shit. I'm just saying, DC all the way. All about that cake.
Look.